to episode 175?
Doesn't matter.
Ish. Oh, well,
Yeah.
our good friend Kenneth, what's-his-face, has decided to bless
Copeland.
Kenneth Copeland? He's decided to
Yeah, I'm
cure
a huge fan.
everyone in our audience of the coronavirus, and I want us to listen to his little sermon here so we can all be cleansed of our sinful virus.
In the name of Jesus.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Standing in the office of the prophet of God, I execute judgment on you, COVID-19.
Oh, Ramash.
I execute judgment on you, Satan, you destroyer, you killer. You get out, we break your power, you get off this nation. I demand judgment on you. I demand a vaccination to come immediately.
Yes.
He's done this a few times now. This is only one of his many times he's defeated Corona.
I call
Must be very
you
effective.
gone.
Well, I feel better now.
You come down from your place of authority, destroyer. You come down and you crawl on your belly like God commanded you when he put his foot on your head in the Garden of Eden.
Amen.
Wow, the garden was
You will
fucking metal.
destroy
Yeah.
through COVID-19. No more.
No more. No more.
No more.
It
No more.
is
Finished.
Finished.
Come on, guys.
Fatality.
Help us hype him up.
over.
Over. You
And
just
the
chose one of his
United
older ones. This
States
one
of
was
America
ineffective. His newer one is much better.
Is he
I'll cut it off there. Yeah, no, I don't think any of them were very
That was
effective.
beautiful.
Then
No,
again,
you'd be surprised how many. Yeah, you'd be surprised.
many countries
This
are now
shit's crazy.
flattening the
This
curve.
is this reminds me of like the WWE or something.
Yeah.
There's so much production value behind this shit. It's crazy.
There's no production value. What are you talking about? He's just
Well,
shouting at a
well,
camera.
Yeah,
He's
but-
got a television. I mean,
He-
a television
He means
station
that
or
there's
whatever.
so
doesn't
much
he?
character and showmanship behind his words.
Well,
He
yeah.
has-
and he's on a set, right?
He's a hype man, and
No.
they have organ music. What more do you need?
There was another guy there. That's a pretty fucking stellar production, in my opinion, for what he's dribbling on about. There was a guy in the background shouting.
Yeah,
As
the
well.
hype man. I'm saying, it's weird, man. It's kind of, at some point, when you start sounding like a Bioshock Infinite villain, maybe you should reassess.
Yeah.
But, he's rich, so he lives a nice life. No skin off his
He's
nose.
very rich.
Oh, yeah. Last year, lest we forget, he was the one who apparently got caught flying private, and there he is curing it again in the chat.
Yeah, see, that's a set. That looks like a full-on, like a, TV station set.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
There's
yeah.
a desk, there's chairs,
Yeah, well,
there's a
that's
TV.
Yeah, but, I mean, if you're talking just about having a studio, that's not that expensive, I would
He's
imagine.
even got a fucking prayer line. He's got his own fucking telephone number.
So do we. We can
Where you
have
can
that.
call up and pray.
Oh, we should give out his number and have people call and just ask for a blessing for the official boys.
Oh, that'd be nice, actually. Yeah.
Really? Well, if you
can
would
do
like
it.
to,
Everyone call
blessing, I
Kenneth Copeland.
if you would like to ask for a prayer for us, fellas, it's 877-281-6297 and ask Mr. Kenneth himself to bless the boys. Hashtag.
So, is Kenneth Copeland the most prolific, what do you call
No.
these guys? Healers?
No.
No, there's so many.
Yeah,
No.
there's a
But
lot.
He's just a big one.
But
But he's the only one I've
definitely-
ever really heard about in the past few years.
There's also
Yeah,
Joel
Because there was that whole
Osteen.
jet thing.
There's also
yeah,
Joel
actually, yeah, I have
Osteen.
heard that name.
Yeah. I don't know any others myself either.
Jim Baker, he's the one that did the silver solution to cure coronavirus. There's
Oh, I thought that was Kenneth also. Which one is the one who has
No.
diamond mines in Africa and uses slave labor to mine them?
I think that's Kenneth Copeland's fat friend. He's got like a really chunky friend, and I think that's his.
That's his legal name.
Yeah, Fat Man McGee or whatever. I don't know.
That's his company
He also
name.
has a private plane. He's
They
the
all
one that
do.
told the story where he's like, I rose out of my seat to talk to God, and the pilots are like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm talking to God. That's why I need more private planes, so I can be closer to God." I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's that guy.
It's always amazing to see these people justify their lavish lifestyles. Not just that, but some of the scummier they do as well, such as, running diamond mines in Africa. And it's always, well, because we need it for God. This is how we finance this operation. This is how we keep the church open. Is we need to sell blood diamonds. If that's God's method, I feel like you're praying to the wrong God. That doesn't sound right for him to just employ child labor so a bunch of fat white people can go to church and listen to organ music.
I thought God was all about living modestly and loving thy neighbor.
They exclude that part from the sermons.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really wonder if the people who go to these shows, if they even know that these guys are rich, or if they really do see them as the modest men. Think so?
No,
They're
they
not exactly
absolutely
subtle
do.
about it.
Yeah, they absolutely do know they're rich. 100%. They just don't care. They think that's part of being close to God. Like, they can be rich too if they just worship God enough.
Well, it's probably like human nature. You want to worship or pray with the person who looks the most successful, because being successful is like, hey, God selected this guy.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
That's true. I guess you want your prophet. You wouldn't follow some guy who looks like a hobo, I suppose, even though that would...
Yeah, you want your prophet to wear Yeezys.
Yeah, and be
As
rich
long
and
as he's
filthy.
wearing-
Super charismatic and successful. Yeah, again, the Halo
they're
effect.
they're just another breed of celebrity. I mean, think how many fans of like big musicians or artists or whatever still donate tons of money to them online or buy their stuff to support them when they're already making millions of dollars. It's the same
But
phenomenon.
their stuff does genuinely nothing. They're just snake oils salespeople.
It makes people feel better. Like, I'm not saying I agree with or think what they're doing is a good thing or a right thing, but at the end of the day, the people giving them money feel better from it or feel something from it. So,
Yeah, but it's not exactly like... I wouldn't say they get something out of it, though. It's not like they feel any better. It's more like a self-serving thing. Like, they think that by giving that money, God's going to love them more. I'm pretty sure that's kind of the mindset they go in with. And Kenneth Copeland's the guy that was saying, even if you lose your job from coronavirus, you need to give to the church. Now's the most important time to. I don't think that makes anyone feel good.
well, it does.
True. Speaking
Because
of
they believe what he says and then they partake in it. And then they feel good for doing it.
patreon.com/theofficialpodcast.
Please give in this trying time.
Now it's more important than ever, even if you lose your job. You don't have to eat every day, if you think about it, right?
I would not
obviously a
advocate
joke.
that advice during a pandemic.
This is
I'd say
obviously a joke.
I'd say just do what the good man Kenneth Copeland's doing. He knows what he's talking about.
Well, he has to. He's
Fly
rich.
private.
No, he literally blew the coronavirus away yesterday with the winds of God. I don't know why. Kaya played an older clip. He's already beaten coronavirus again.
Oh, again? Does anybody have the newer one that I could play for? Jeez, I don't want an out of date prayer. Where's the update?
Yeah, that one.
How frequently is he praying? Is this every day? Does he have like a daily sermon?
No, he beats Corona like once a week. The newest one, he used the winds of God. Before that, I think he used the flames of God, and then the one Kaya played was just like a healing one for the people.
Tell you what.
The other ones he's combated directly.
Why don't evangelists use the more lesser known parts of God? Like, why didn't he use the farts of God to smother the virus, or like the spit of God to drown it? It's always like the winds or the fire or the...
Yeah, because
Give
that's
me
not
that shit.
cool. Yeah, it has to
could
be
be cool.
blood and sweat and power and tears, not his fecal matter.
I wouldn't sleep on the winds of God though. It did seem pretty powerful. Like even all the way over here, I was feeling something like washed through the air. Like Kenneth Copeland is a sorcerer not to be trifled with.
Unfortunately, I don't have it all set up right now with the audio routing, but I think next week I should use a Skype number and call into that prayer line and see what that sounds like.
You think Kenneth's gonna pick up?
I heard this was Kaya.
I bet
He'd be so intimidating over the phone. His voice is fucking scary.
He looks like he's murdered quite a few people.
He looks, sounds, and talks, and really pretty much just is a Bioshock Infinite villain. This is the guy you would expect at the very end to give you a lecture on, we have to keep the people dumb or something.
That's probably why there hasn't been a cure for coronavirus yet. God's intimidated of fucking Kenneth Copeland. He doesn't want anything to do with him.
He's like, oh my
He's
god,
just waiting for someone else to ask.
this is my emissary now? This is awful. Jesus was better. Yeah, interesting people.
Jesus was God's son.
So is Kenneth Copeland. We've all been made in God's image. Jesus Jackson.
Is that actually true?
Yeah,
Yeah,
We all are.
What are you talking about? It.
In terms of the Bible, are we all meant to be made in God's image?
mhm,
Yes.
Yeah.
yes. So God looks like a hairy Turkish man. Facts.
I always knew it.
To be fair, by the way, like most countries, not most, but a lot of them, especially in Europe now, are flattening the curve, and that just happened to coincide with Kenneth's lectures. So, his sermons, you can't take the credit from him. There might be some metaphysical angels at work here, keeping people uninfected.
Now, are we flattening the curve realistically, or are we just running out of tests, or are governments not reporting accurate numbers?
No, I think
Why
Germany
are
is
you
doing
asking
some.
Kaya? He doesn't work for the WHO. Who knows?
Oh, I mean, if you
Well, who am I meant to ask right now?
if you ask the WHO anything, they'll just drop down a suck G's ball sack again, as they always do. But to me, as far as I know now, Germany is doing somewhere between like 300 and 500,000 tests a week. So it's not that we're out of tests. And I think it's so far been pretty much handled very well in Germany, but that's also because like 90% of our fucking income goes to the government and insurance, so we have a pretty robust system here. What I don't like is that now that they're talking about using apps to track people, I don't know if you guys saw, but the New York Times had an article today about they analyzed cell phone data to see how much people are still traveling, and my first thought was that why the fuck does the New York Times have access to cell phone data? What does that work? That doesn't sound good.
I guess just for emergencies like this, might as well give it to the experts.
The
Old New
experts.
York Times.
So they can funnel it to Copeland so he can pray in the right way.
Yeah, just sell the data. Awesome.
Copeland doesn't need data. He just needs wind. That's how he starts it too. He literally summons wind. It's cool. It's like a
What, is,
Yu-Gi-Oh
there like
attack.
is there a fan blowing wind from off camera or something?
No,
can
just-
you actually see the wind?
No, just his mouth, man. He like opens it real wide and he goes, wind!
My
He has a
favorite is
cool
when
voice,
they my
Yeah.
favorite is when they do those elaborate hand gestures and movements and shit, and then they push it into the crowd, and the whole crowd of people falls over.
Yeah,
I
he
love
doesn't
that.
have a crowd though. He is practicing social distancing from what I can see. So he's just summoning wind to sweep the nation.
Wind that'll go through your digital screen.
I'm sure that is entirely self-interest too. It's not that he cares about his audience, but he doesn't want to get himself sick. I don't know how old
Do
he
you
is, but
think?
Hmm.
Do you think it's improv, or do you think he goes out there with a script and he practices and all that kind of stuff?
It's hard to say. His voice is so cool and he's pretty articulate. I think he can just wing that shit and it sounds pretty official.
he's been
It's
at it so
probably a bit
long.
of both.
I'm sure at this
Yeah,
point
he
he can
probably-
just. It's a second nature.
He probably knows what he wants to talk about, but not exactly what he's going to say, and he kind of just goes with the topic and sees what happens.
Yeah, like
That's what I assume.
I wish I could get him on the phone and just talk to him. Like, yes, Mr. Kenneth, my prayer, yes, but first, can we have an interview? Would you come on the official podcast to defend yourself? A whole new young audience. Isn't that what he would want? Is like just thousands of young people listening to him being converted to what mega churchism?
Ask him.
We should, yeah. I'm actually surprised these people haven't figured out how to use Twitch and such yet to connect the nations online. You'd think even just the
No
meme-
one would watch.
It's probably a Christian version of Twitch, I assume.
Is there?
Christian
Well,
live
there's a
streaming?
there's like a Christian version of Netflix. I know that.
There is?
No, there's not. No, there's
Yeah,
not.
there is.
What is
there
it?
absolutely is.
What is
I
What's
it?
it
can't remember
called?
the name of it.
You're thinking of Butch Hartman's failed Kickstarter
No.
Alaxis.
This was something else. No. Hey, you guys keep talking. I'll find it.
I'm telling you right now, you're thinking of Butch Hartman's failed scam.
That was the official name of it, too.
Oh, the
Probably not a
chat is
good
telling
idea.
us that they already use YouTube, but I wouldn't know. Pure flicks.
Did you find it, Jackson?
Huh?
Did
We're
you
waiting
find
on
it?
you. We're all waiting on
No.
you.
No,
Well, while we're
don't wait too
waiting,
long.
Since we don't know how long it could take Jackson, maybe all of us should better protect our homes. And
Yeah,
our
no shit.
residencies.
Jesus Christ, hang on, I had a segue for that. Did you guys hear that they're now letting criminals out of prison because of the virus shit? Did you guys hear this? Any of you?
No.
This is fucking insane. So, okay, we have a new advertiser, everyone. Simply Safe. Spelled with an I, by the way. And before I get to that, apparently now in New York and some other places, they are now literally just releasing hardened criminals, not just people for drug offenses, but hardened criminals. Listen to this shit. County Judge Sandra McLaughlin called it a get-out-of-jail day, saying residents need to lock their doors. One of the people that they just released from prison was re-arrested for murder. That's what happens when you release random criminals from prison just because of what? Because you think they're going to get corona in prison and die? Who gives a fuck? Who cares? So, because of the possibility that one inmate may die, you let him out and ensure that some victim actually dies, definitely dies. So this is what happens, okay? This is why you need to protect your home with Simply Safe. That's SIMPLISAFE.com/official. You need to spell that right to make sure. SimplySafe.com/official. Like, this is easy to set up. The beauty of this is you call them, you don't have to wait, you order it rather. You don't have to wait for a technician to show up and infect you. It's just a kit you can install yourself. You have the know-how, don't worry about it. It's not difficult. You can install it yourself, and then in under an hour, your house will be protected 24/7 with emergency dispatch for break-ins, fire, and more, which you need. As the county sheriff there, right, you heard it, lock your doors. Well, you can do one better with simplysafe.com/official and secure your home. And now you might be thinking, well, Kaya, we're all locked up inside anyway. It's not like anyone's gonna break into my home while I'm inside. Well, maybe true, but you can't be alert at all times. You're gonna be in the shower, right? You're going to be sleeping at some point, and you want to have that little head start from when somebody breaks through your window or is fiddling on your front door. You want to have that little help. Plus, you also don't want your house to burn down. That sort of stuff happens if you don't have fire alarms. And all of that you can get for just 50 cents a day, which is cheaper than death. I promise you. Simplysafe.com/official. If you go there now, you get free shipping and a 60-day free trial. Risk-free trial, rather. So that's simplysafe.com/official, SIMPLI, safe.com/official. Keep yourself safe because I promise you, law enforcement, they're going to make it difficult even if they feel like keeping you safe that day. If they're apparently not busy releasing criminals and saying that they're no longer going to be arresting criminals. I don't know if you guys saw that one, but I think it was in New York where they now said that the police is going to stop arresting people for crimes like bodily harm and theft. Beautiful. Amazing. Makes sense. Yeah. Simplysafe.com/official. Keep yourself safe. Jesus
From
Christ.
Simply Safe and all of us here at the official podcast, we are wishing you safety and good health.
Is that? I looked up the prison thing, so you're right on the money. They're literally doing this like YouTube automated system. They're choosing which prisoners to release based on an algorithm. So they've released 35, or they plan to release 3,500 inmates early in California. I didn't see which one reoffended. I didn't find that. But this is fucking wild.
Hang on.
Are they released into the wild, or do they go to like a halfway home?
No, they just go out.
No, they
just
literally
released.
just got released onto the streets. They just told them, okay, go. McLaughlin's concerns were echoed by officers who reached out upon learning one man, Jacob Burnett, who was released from state custody after serving 2 weeks of a 2-year sentence, was rearrested in Louisville on a murder charge. Duh. You can't. There's a reason we have prisons. These people are supposed to be keeping people safe, the police. Meanwhile, in the UK, you have these schmucks now in the Derbyshire Police Department, or whatever the fuck it is with their goofy names. They're now using drones to shame people into staying home. Did you guys see that video where they're like, from a bird's eye view, they were filming people just walking in the park, walking with their dogs, miles away from any other form of life, not infecting anyone, just a dude walking in the park, filming him and shaming him for going on a non-essential walk. Okay, just who the fuck gave you that authority? What are you doing? What is this, Big Brother now? You're looking at it from a bird's eye view too, like you're God or something. You're trying to shame people for going out of their homes. Jesus Christ, man. So this is what we were talking
Okay,
about just 2 days ago on
People
our...
are meant to be staying inside, though.
Yeah, I think people should totally be shamed right now if they're getting in.
No, don't
groups
be a piece
other
of shit.
people and
No.
getting close to.
You should be shamed if you go to a fucking beach party and you're just drinking wine off of each other's assholes. One guy walking his dog all alone in a park is not a danger to anyone or
That's
himself.
what I was gonna say.
Who knows where that dog's been?
That's what I was gonna say. You should be shamed if you're congregating or going to places where
Yeah.
there's a bunch of other people. Yes, I think
Yes,
you should
true.
be shamed in that context. Yeah,
But they weren't.
I don't think it's
This police
Yeah,
just...
I don't. Go ahead.
They just set up a drone to fly over a fucking national park where there's like maybe one person per square mile, and they just squared in on that one person. And on the video, the text labels that they put was like, "This man left his house to watch the sunset. Not essential." And then their fucking social media account got triggered because they ratioed the shit out of that video on the tweet. So whoever's handling their social media got really upset and started debating with people in the comments and just made this 10-tweet reply about how we know that some of you may not like this, but that's too bad because we're going to keep shaming you. Douchebags.
Well, that is the state of the world at the moment, Kaya.
Yeah.
Pieces of shit.
Did you see the 5G coronavirus has gotten so big YouTube has to silence it to stop people from burning the towers in the UK?
So give
heard.
me
Wait, what
give me a
towers?
give me a
5G
slow.
towers.
Hang on, give me a slight recap on that because that's the episode I missed, but I've only heard whispers. What's with the 5G coronavirus thing?
They think
God, I
this
don't
is really spreading
Do
far.
you want to know, Andrew?
I talked to my friend in Turkey just an hour ago, and he said that his dad is now walking around in the home repeating the stupid fucking conspiracy because he saw it on Facebook. It's so, Andrew, what they're saying is that 5G was first rolled out in Wuhan just around the time this whole epidemic started of people getting sick, and their theory is that it's the 5G airwaves or radiation or something that's actually making people sick because the symptoms of the virus, of the so-called virus, as they say, they mimic radiation sickness. So they say, well, makes sense. They tried it in Wuhan and now it's spreading because they're rolling out 5G or something.
Why the fuck would they start in Wuhan of all cities to start with
didn't.
5G?
It's a really huge stretch. There's always been that fear of cell phones. They had this, I don't know if you guys remember this, and I completely forgot. They had this exact same fear when 4G got rolled out, by the way. But after, that was
I
back
think they
before
always
Twitter
do.
and Facebook was, yeah,
They always
It's
have
just
that, yeah.
technology in general. New
Technology
technology
scares
scares
people.
people.
Yeah.
yeah, it's fucking pathetic stuff, but it is
Yeah.
a huge movement right now. Absolutely massive.
God.
Among who, though? I mean, is it... In the Middle East,
among
clearly
normal
they believe
people.
it.
No,
How many in
normal
America?
people.
Huh.
Tons. On Twitter, like if a 5G thread gets passed around, it's got like 10K upvotes, a ton of comments. All of the 5G conspiracy fucking lunatics on YouTube, tons of views, millions of views talking about the truth of coronavirus, celebrating the burning of the towers. It's absolutely wild.
This is the worst time for it too, because with all the people quarantined inside, they're just going to be feeding off of this garbage and making it worse and worse.
Oh,
and
it's
worse.
crazy. Yeah. It's wild stuff, man. There's so many holes in it. Like the two that I immediately pointed out was if it was 5G, then Israel would have no cases of coronavirus because Israel doesn't have 5G. There's quite a few places that have banned 5G just over financial concerns and just long term. So Israel doesn't have any 5G, but they have so many cases. They have like almost 10K cases now, 40 dead, and there's no answer from the community there. And they all say coronavirus is fake and it's just radiation sickness, but
Yeah.
that can't be right either because it's existed in the U.S. since 2019, and if it was radiation sickness, it wouldn't be contagious because you can't spread radiation sickness like that. So
I think you can,
there's
kinda.
no
If it radiates,
only
you
if
can
it's
too.
only no.
Radiation sickness it is spreadable.
Nope, you're speaking right out of your ass, Jackson. You watched Chernobyl one time.
Oh no.
I looked it up. You cannot spread radiation sickness unless you're taking like your irradiated clothes and shoving them down someone's throat. And even then, that's
Well,
not
that's
100%.
still spreadable then.
Yeah, that's still... So you can contaminate
Not by
somebody.
just going into... Only in the most extreme, unrealistic circumstance.
So you can. Okay, why are you discrediting the whole
So it is
conspiracy?
still spreadable.
Jesus.
Radiation
gotta-
sickness
you know
can
what's
spread,
really
yes or
effective?
no?
Charlie, they've got a point. I think I'm on their side now. We need to get rid of 5G.
You're the reason these things spread.
This is awesome. Well,
you're
see,
being unreasonable.
if that was
you,
true,
you
though,
enjoy your
why-
faster phone service. I'll enjoy living. All right? How about that?
Yeah, I mean, fuck. So I guess now we're going to have. I really hate it when people stigmatize a certain type of technology like this, just like with. One dumbass in Russia fucks shit up, one state, and now all of us, we have to pretend like nuclear energy isn't the safest and cleanest form of energy we have. For example, now you just know this shit might just stop 5G from getting rolled out for another decade because there's gonna be idiots taking down the towers.
No, I can't imagine that lasts too much longer. A lot of the people that believe that have been contracting coronavirus themselves. I don't think that movement's going to have too many legs to stand on.
It's pretty funny.
I mean, 'cause since they think it's radiation from the towers, they also think that it's not like transmittable the way it's been told. They feel like everything's a lie, so they're going out in groups and just getting sick.
Well, I mean, get rid of their phones then. Remember, in China, just this year, 21 million, for some reason, 21 million people suddenly canceled their phone contracts. Coincidence? I think not. In the last 2 months, I should say. Yeah, Charlie, there's all kind of holes in your argument against this. Pretty much airtight theory.
I could be wrong, yeah, maybe it is 5G. All the experts agree.
Me. My training I got from Chernobyl, the TV show.
That didn't even have anything to do with 5G.
With radiation.
Yeah, the untrained eye, it had nothing to do with 5G.
Yeah, so how do you know?
Yeah, let's revisit past cataclysms and stuff and assign it to 5G.
Yeah, JFK was
have-
assassinated by 5G.
They're way ahead of you. There's a Microsoft Word document they're passing around as a fact. They've correlated every major flu outbreak with something regarding cell phones.
Oh, yeah.
So, you remember the Spanish flu of 1918? Did you happen to know that at the same year they had first tested out a mobile device? I don't think that's a coincidence.
Whoa!
No, I think that one was because of they first started using radio broadcasting.
Nope.
I'm not
It was
sure.
mobile tower. It was a mobile tower.
You're telling me that one mobile tower test killed more people than World War II.
Yes. You just read a Word document, Andrew.
I'm very sorry. I didn't know it was this serious. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You don't get your information
Nobody
from
did,
Facebook
except for the-
memes?
Yeah, except for the true intellectuals with fucking shit-stained underwears living in the fucking dark. Those are the real ones we must follow.
It's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Well, I mean,
Like we talk about a lot of stupid shit on this show, but goddamn, is that stupid?
This is not only stupid, Andrew, it's also fucking huge. It's like pathetically stupid because it's becoming a widely accepted belief.
I hope not too widely.
Get over that
Do
one.
you think there's more
If
of
so
them
many
now?
people didn't accept it, it wouldn't be true.
Do you do you think there's more of them now or anti-vaxxers currently?
More of them, hands down.
Really?
You guys are. I really don't think you understand just how many people believe it's 5G.
Well, this is why it's spreading, Charlie. You just look down on everyone. You had the opportunity to convince me and Kaya, but now you've ruined it.
Now it's definitely 5G because you weren't nice about it.
Yeah. 5G's turning you into an asshole.
I saw some of those
It
maps
might
though.
not
Is
cause radiation sickness.
you know where they correlate like the towers where the 5G towers are and the population the number of outbreaks in the area, and like, oh look, if you look at this, it's 1-to-1. Yeah, it's probably because there's a dense population where they're setting up 5G towers. That's probably the reason why. They don't set up 5G towers in the middle of bumfuck nowhere in some village with 50 people. They put them in major cities with lots of populations.
Correlation,
Facebook
not
was a
causation.
mistake.
Yeah.
It's not Facebook. This is mainly Twitter, to be honest. Like, that's where I see the majority of it. And it's not all old
Are
Are
people.
you really
Facebook?
on Facebook?
Yeah, I don't think you are.
I guess that's a fair
None
point.
of us are. Facebook is a fucking realm that I don't even know what it is. I don't think I've used it in the last 10 years yet.
It's,
Everything just comes out of it. All this
It's
theories.
now Facebook has become a virtual retirement home. It's now where old
It
people
really
go
is.
online to die.
That's what I was gonna say. It's definitely not just Twitter, because my mum has messaged me about the whole 5G thing and asked me to confirm or deny it, like I was some kind of mastermind behind it.
The only,
she's asking me. She's only on Facebook, so it's Facebook.
The only people I
Facebook
ever
just
see
spreads that
using
kind of stuff.
Facebook now for anything beyond, oh, I check it once a month, are old people who just want to reconnect with people that they knew in the past or check on like old photos and shit. That's it. Facebook is now primarily just old people.
Facebook
Facebook is just Messenger now to me.
yeah, I use it to message my mom who's old, so confirmed. You know,
There you go.
I
Yeah.
use it to message my mom every once in a while. I also go on there like once a year to look at my ex to see what she's up to. You know how we just get curious, like, what the fuck is she doing now? That's it, and that's Facebook to me. Ah, god damn it, man. Stay inside, people, and watch some Netflix. Watch
if you
HBO,
wanna
rather.
get
Chernobyl. Educate
Yeah, if you
yourself.
want to get more access to more Netflix shows, you can try ExpressVPN to change your location to get more cool shit from other places.
That is
You
true.
can tell them about it, Andrew.
That is totally true. We were talking earlier about protecting your physical belongings with Simply Safe, but now we're going to talk about your digital belongings, such as maybe your privacy or your security online. You can use ExpressVPN to do that, as well as another little handy bonus, change your region to watch other, well, you know, streaming services, Netflix, Hulu's, Amazon Prime Videos, this and that. For example, if you wanted to binge watch the new Doctor Who series, you could watch it all on UK Netflix. I know there's a lot of people that are really into Doctor Who. If you love anime, which I'm gonna fathom a guess that a couple people listening to this podcast are super into anime, you can check out Japanese Netflix to watch many shows that aren't even released in the West. There's a ton of different possibilities, and you can watch them all at ridiculously fast speeds because ExpressVPN will never provide you with any extra buffering or lag and will allow you to stream in HD with no problems whatsoever, despite what region you choose.
They have servers
you visit-
everywhere. Everywhere, literally. I think there's like 200 countries on Earth, and they have servers in 150 of them or something. It's not going to be slow for you.
Yep. And if you visit the special link right now, which is expressvpn.com/official, you can get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. Support the show, watch what you want, and protect yourself with ExpressVPN at expressvpn.com/official. That's expressvpn.com/official to get yourself 3 free months of watching pretty much whatever you want. They've got to have what you want somewhere in the world. So check it out.
Reading the 5G, I went back through the rabbit hole. So on YouTube, if you look up anything 5G related, it's overwhelmingly people that are saying how bad it is for you and everything. It's just so sad. And half of these people, not half, I've already seen like 10 of these people with the Facebook or the profile picture of a Confederate flag. So that seems to be like the
Well, there
majority of
you
people
go.
that believe this kind of shit. But then there's also like this 19-year-old Casey Bars who's saying how dangerous upgrading technology is. Ugh. It's fucking idiots, man.
What do you mean upgrading?
Everyone's afraid of upgrading technology. 4G is good enough. 5G is just going to kill us all. It has never been tested ever.
Yeah, except in
Really
Wuhan.
pathetic stuff. This kind of shit just makes me angry. It's not even like the novel or the goofiness of it. It's just upsetting.
Why?
What do you mean why? Because they're actively ruining upgrades that are extremely helpful, like 5G. 5G does a lot more than just make internet faster, especially when it comes to information between nations. Makes a lot more things readily available. Now they've burned 7 towers and are actively lobbying against it to like reduce us back to 4G for some reason.
Yeah, they're not going to be effective. They're not going to change the course of technology at all. What's more concerning to me is when they actually have an effect on people's health, like anti-vaxxers. That's way more.
Oh,
impactful.
anti-vaxxers is still, far and away the worst one. Yeah, no doubt.
Still really would like to know if those guys have come to their senses yet, and if they're at least questioning it, like, I guess a vaccine could kind of come in handy right now.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that. How are anti-vaxxers handling the fact that we're really pushing for a coronavirus vaccine?
Oh, I bet they hate it, some of them at least, now that you put it that way. I imagine they're just holed up in their Facebook echo chambers going, oh, why are we even doing this? I get the flu every year. What's the big deal? Really, all our government's money is going to a vaccine program now? They must be mad.
What despicable fucking people.
I imagine to
You
them,
think they pay taxes?
remember, to them, they think of vaccines the same way we think about this 5G conspiracy nonsense. They think it's as insane for the government to be researching a vaccine and helping companies do it as, we would think it insane to research anti-5G technology cloaking shields or something. To them, it's insane. And the one thing all of these people unanimously always parrot is that apparently we've never seen a virus or something. That's always the one line they use is, if you go on Google and you type in virus, you never get a real photo. It's always a 3D render.
What do they expect? To be shrunk down like the magic school bus? What do they expect?
It's always what they say. It's always what all of them say. At some point, they always say, we don't really have an image of the virus, of viruses in general, because maybe they don't exist. But then when they do the same thing with Earth. Remember? Oh, no one's ever actually seen Earth from space. And when you go, yeah, do we have? Here's a photo. Oh, that looks like a 3D render. Okay, then your nonsense is unfalsifiable.
People do that with Jesus and God. People do it with everything.
Yeah, how come that works? No one's ever seen a photo of God, yet you believe it.
That's a great point.
Yeah, but Kenneth Copeland told me about it, bro. He's infallible. That man has like the wind of God on his side. He's crazy. He wouldn't lie.
But that's what I mean, though. The viruses and shit aren't rational to them because they don't have the capacity to understand what viruses are and what viruses do.
They have the capacity. They choose not to.
No, I don't believe they have the capacity to understand what 5G is.
No, Jackson, these fucking dropouts, they just want to feel like they're in on something big. Like they want to feel like they're not
I don't think
dumb.
we should look down on them, per se, is
Why?
what I'm saying. I think we should educate.
You can't educate them, Jackson.
So you're saying they don't have the capacity?
Well, I'm saying they're choosing not to. They're choosing never to accept truth because they want to believe they're smarter than everyone around them. They
Or
like
maybe
to.
they're pushed into that lifestyle by people like you that kind of like criminalize or make
Well,
fun
anti-vaxxing
of them, so
should be a crime, and lighting
Well, yeah, I agree
5G
with that,
towers
yeah.
on fire is a crime.
Take that, Jackson.
I'm
Well,
just playing
there
devil's
is-
advocate here.
There's, I don't know if crime is the right word, but taking some towers is a good thing. And when it's stuff like, when during the Hong Kong protests, people were cutting down towers that had facial recognition camera softwares and such to track people. That's a good thing. Yeah, fuck that. But this,
And red light cams, those can get cut down as well. Fuck those.
fuck those extra hard. Yeah. So 5G, man, kills you. I'm telling you. Someone's gonna
Yes,
clip that. Make us out to be assholes.
We're just not sure yet because we don't have photographic proof of the 5G waves or anything like that.
Yeah, that's true. You
So
can't see 5G airwaves, so maybe they're onto something.
You think if we showed them a photo of a 5G waveform holding a gun, they'd more strongly believe that they're dangerous?
Yeah, these are
It's
the
just so-
molecules of 5G.
So
little
you
guns
can't-
on them.
They're wearing bandanas
Little
and shit.
photoshopped assault rifles on the
Yeah.
waves in the air.
So that's the thing.
These are the millimeter waves.
Some things you can't see, but you can see their effects. So you cannot see the wind, right? Do they just think leaves like dancing on their own, or just when they feel a gust of wind on their skin? What do they believe that is? Just an invisible ghost pushing them?
Coronavirus.
Photoshop.
Oh yeah, God's wind. That's right.
I mean, yeah. I just don't understand. it's hard to really comprehend how many of these people are out there because we don't necessarily interact with them on a day-to-day basis. But then all of these like these controversies or opinions come out through social media. So maybe they're right. Technology is bad because it's giving it a breeding ground for these kinds of things to exist in.
Yeah, technology's
Well,
still great.
Yeah.
Technology isn't inherently bad. It's just what we do with it and use with it that makes it good or bad.
There certainly is a lot of downsides to something like Twitter, though. Like, there's entire communities of people trying to lobby for pedophilia to be an accepted sexuality and shit like that, and like bestiality. So these communities that would never ever congregate or have some kind of movement do because of Twitter. So there
Well,
are downsides to something like Twitter.
Let's not totally throw Twitter explicitly under the bus.
It is Twitter, though.
But here's the thing: any social media platform can do the exact same thing. They could congregate on Facebook. They could congregate.
They don't, though. It's Twitter.
But they could.
Not as far as you know.
It's not just Twitter that's causing this problem. Like I wouldn't blame Twitter for those people doing that. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I mean, I really think when you're
Let's not
going
go that
around
far.
talking about fucking kids and
Yeah.
saying fucking kids should be legal, that I think that should be bannable.
It just makes it easier
But
for them.
it's
It's
not
not that
on
they've
Twitter.
never existed before. I mean, NAMBLA was around decades before, that sort of stuff. I mean, we just used to
Exactly.
call
I
them
mean,
pedophiles. Now
think,
they rebranded, called themselves MAPs, and now they have like 17 shows on fucking Netflix greenlit in the pipes.
I mean, think about it this way. Think how many Discord servers there are that have probably hundreds of these people that you just don't even see or hear
Grooming
about.
kids.
It's the same
The
thing.
fucking Discord HQ has those people.
I mean, that's a stereotype about Discord, isn't there? That just there are a bunch of grooming servers for kids to go on. If they just,
it's scary.
oh, you're questioning your sexuality. You're 13 and depressed. Well, might be that maybe you need a mentor, huh? I can teach you to not be depressed about it, little boy. Fucking creeps. And yeah, those people should be shut the fuck down. But instead, they have their own shows because everyone can afford a $20 lip sync subscription.
A what?
Yeah, what?
One of the biggest podcasting host, I think, on the planet is.
Oh, right.
So
yeah.
wait, you're
Libsyn.
calling him a pedophile? I'm confused.
No, I'm saying any pedophile can
it's
afford the
service.
$20. So it's easier today than like 50 years ago, where NAMBLA had to put out their own magazine.
Wait, they had their own magazine?
I think so, yeah. Pretty sure.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, but that's not
What did
that's-
NAMBLA stand for again?
North
North
American
Boy Love.
Man
Oh,
Boy
yeah.
Love Association.
Yeah, Man Boy Love Association.
They've always just rebranded, man. They call they really don't like getting called pedophiles, so then they used man boy lover. Yeah, I think that's what they say. And now it's just minor attracted persons. It's the same shit. You're just reheating the name. You're just changing the name every once in a while. So people like us have to readjust and go, what? Wait, what are you calling yourselves now? Oh, but you're still pedophiles? Okay. And now we're letting those people out so they can molest more children out of prison because Corona. Because somehow them fucking kids and killing people is more desirable than them dying in prison.
I wish they would just, the way they should have done this instead of leaving it up to a random fucking algorithm is just release the non-violent drug charges. That's like half the fucking prison system these days. Just release the people that were doing weed once.
Yeah.
That I would
So,
support.
do they have to go? Do they have to go back after the pandemic has ended?
They're on
Yeah,
the
just
honor
ask
system.
nicely.
Time served.
Yeah,
Hey,
they're
can
on
you,
the
can you
honor
just come
system.
back?
Well, I assume they would arrest them.
Will you
and bring
please
them back.
will you
No.
please come back and serve the rest of your sentence? Yeah, sure.
Can you
That's not
can
from
you
what
put
I
someone
read.
else in your place? Be like, hey man, I can't go back. Can you just do the last like 2 years for me, please?
So this is a permanent kind of release.
From what I
For a
read,
lot
it's
of
just
them-
a full-on release, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, why
Wow.
the fuck should a murderer go
Well,
back? That's kind of the thing about hardened criminals. It's in the name. They don't really care about the law or being asked nicely to go back to prison instead of kill them.
Well, yeah. I mean, rehabilitation is a thing. Probably not with a hardened murderer, as you just said, but yeah. I don't know. I mean, that's a pretty good deal if they're getting let out for, and then they don't have to serve any kind of like community beneficial thing or rehabilitation. They just get let out, and then they don't have to come back.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think you're wrong. That's not a good deal. Do you know what is a good deal, Jackson?
What's a good deal?
BlueApron.com. Blank. Go there and learn how to cook inside. Just with everybody locked up inside now anyway, you don't want to be going to the grocery store. I was at the grocery store just 2 days ago. They have lines now to get into it. They hired a bouncer, you guys. My grocery store now has a fucking bouncer telling me that I have to wait in line, and I guess, I don't know if they have a dress code yet. Maybe I'm not hot enough to get in to meet all the hot singles in the grocery store. But if you don't want to deal with that, but you still want to be able to eat, you can just simply go to blueapron.com and sign up for their delicious meal services delivered straight to your door. All the ingredients with a nice recipe that you can guarantee you're going to be able to cook it. You don't have to be a master chef, but it's a nice way of learning. They send you the building blocks. They send you the recipe. It's a nice, fun way to learn how to cook. So by the time you can get out of quarantine and, meet some new people, maybe go on a date, it's a nice skill to have. It's an asset, in my opinion, for you. 85% of their packaging is recyclable. 41% of their packaging materials are made from recycled content. So environmentally friendly. Prices start as low as $7.49 per serving, which is much cheaper than some of the stuff if you could still even eat out, which you can't. What else we got here? This is weird. I'm not used to not saying our name. Andrew, assist.
Yeah. So, if you are using Blue Apron, you can choose from a variety of chef-designed, ready-to-cook meals with perfectly proportioned ingredients and lots of flavorful options, all sent to your door. We are currently in a very radical time in America where if you try to go to a restaurant, which is, of course, the national American pastime, you'll be told, nope, you can't stay here. We'll give you your food, you can take it, maybe we'll even bring it to you, but you can't stay here. So why would you not start a meal subscription service like Blue Apron when you're not going to be eating anything else anyway? You're going to be taking all of your food out or to go, so why not start cooking? Cut out the middleman, save yourself some money. Save yourself a trip to the store where a lot of paranoid people are very worried about getting sick, or it's a big hassle, or like Kaya said, you can't even get in half the time. Now is the best time in history to start Blue Apron. Any night you get to cook and spend quality time enjoying a great meal is a night well spent, but their premium recipes are going to take it a step further. If you're stuck in the house with your closest relatives, or maybe you're stuck by yourself, depending on your circumstances, cooking is a great way to relieve stress, have a hobby, find something you might enjoy doing, and Blue Apron makes that simple. You can find comfort in your kitchen with Blue Apron and enjoy delicious home-cooked meals if you check out this week's menu by visiting blueapron.com. That's blueapron.com. Blue Apron, feed your soul. Boys, if I were to go on this current week right now to blueapron.com, I would see a nice fettuccine pasta with mushrooms and a chili tomato sauce.
Yummy.
Yeah.
I would see a Ras El Hanout steak with roasted vegetables and crispy saffron potatoes.
I don't know.
That's what I would choose.
I'm feeling like the pork chorizo tacos. I actually do want some
Those
tacos
look really
now.
good, actually. Yeah, I want tacos too.
Yeah.
All right.
But now is the best time to try Blue Apron. Blue Apron, give it a shot.
Thanks, Blue Apron.
We love you, Blue Apron.
All right.
So what's next?
Dude, I have no fucking idea. I know some viewers might not be too happy about it, but we're having such a drought of topics, man. Maybe you guys should feel free to leave us some topics in our subreddit or on Twitter, but
Yeah. We want to preface
dedicatedly. Yeah.
We want to preface that, I mean, we're all under quarantine ourselves. We're all pretty much staying at home for the most part. So in terms of topics, we have internet drama, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So we're sorry if this episode maybe not the most high-flying, action-packed episode, but we're working with what we have.
I did see something interesting. I don't like internet drama. I don't want to talk about internet drama, but what I do like is real-life drama. And before the show started, I saw that the actor behind The Flash, Ezra Miller, this is breaking news within the last 6 hours. He has been filmed choke slamming a female fan into the ground. And when I first read the headline where it said Ezra Miller caught choke slamming a female fan, I was like, oh, all right, it's just some kind of fake outrage or something. No, he genuinely grabs her by the throat and slams her into the ground. It's an actual. What?
I was gonna say you're really selling this hard. It looks like play fighting. It really does.
It does not.
He very, very slowly lowers her onto the thing from the video I saw. Unless that video was in slow motion, it wasn't like a choke slam. It was like a choke.
I had only seen it once, but it looked like he did throw onto the floor.
Charlie, that's a person falling over. It doesn't have to be fast. I mean, that can still happen slow. But even all the people filming suddenly end filming. They're like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? So clearly they were.
Yeah.
So Ezra Miller, he's the one who plays like in the DC movies, The Flash, where it's just a shitty Sheldon ripoff. Not that Sheldon himself isn't shitty to begin with.
He plays the worst version of the Flash.
Yeah, the awkward,
it's
awkward
in the newest
nerd.
movie.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, so he grabs her by the throat. I can't say if he grabbed her like tightly or anything, and then he pushes her to the floor. Is that accurate enough, Charlie?
It's not the floor. It's like a pad.
It's a pad?
Yeah, she falls onto like a pad. Or at least it looks like a pad. It might be snow on the floor. I'm not sure, but it looks like it's a pad.
Well, it looks like he slams her onto a concrete step to me.
Like I said, it could be covered in snow, but it looks like it's a little pad. Like those Taekwondo pads. I don't know.
But anyway, what I wanted to ask was, is this going to ruin his career?
No.
Well, if he actually did choke slam her and it wasn't playing around, yeah.
The problem is he's still going to get detractors regardless. There's probably plenty of people already saying, I don't care if they're saying it was fake or playful or whatever. It happened and he did it, and that's it. He's canceled. I didn't even watch the video, but fuck him. That's what they do.
Yeah.
I mean, think how many people with... go ahead.
No, it's I was just trying to see if she's made any statements to hear it from out of her mouth, but I guess not.
Well, she's got a broken windpipe. How's she going to talk?
She's brain damaged. She's in a coma.
No, I don't think his career was suffering. And Michael Jackson literally fucked kids, and he was still the most famous person on the planet.
Is that proven?
He was never on camera fucking kids, though. This is on camera with him choke slamming.
And if he was, it was on snow-covered floor.
It was on Twitter.
If it was, well, if he is on video, Epstein had that, and now he's dead. So, lucky him.
So wait, has the public opinion gone back on Michael Jackson? Is he?
I don't know.
It
guilty?
never left him. There were detractors, but he's always been vast majority of people saying, "Oh, he's great and I love him." He might be a little weird and eccentric, but hey, he's Michael Jackson.
Yeah, there's being weird and eccentric, and then there's inviting children to sleep over in your room and just somehow always picking them up in a limousine and making your way into their lives. Paying their parents to let those boys go on vacation with you. That's not weird and eccentric. That's really fucking weird.
And really eccentric.
Yeah, but he had really popular songs.
That's true.
And he knew how to dance good.
Yeah, case closed.
Yeah, he could dance real well.
He could dance real good.
Oh, I guess he gets to fuck kids.
Oh, your words, not mine.
Wait, what? You're joking.
He did what?
I haven't heard of this.
What has happened to R. Kelly? Is he in jail now?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Isn't he in jail for tax shit now?
No.
I'll look.
Well, maybe that too, but he actually was on camera, and on camera apparently he, basically admitted to his crime by calling the girl 14 years old throughout as he's fucking her and pissing on her, whatever he did.
Wait, what? I thought that was Austin Jones.
No, it's different. That was Clap Your Butthole.
No. R. Kelly did this too. He apparently mentions her age like 18 times throughout the video.
Yeah, we talked about that, Jackson. Yeah, we've already talked about that.
Oh, I knew he pissed on a girl or something. I didn't know he made her say her age.
You're thinking of like two separate events. It wasn't like the girl he pissed on, he made her say I'm 14 and getting pissed on.
Oh, that's not the same girl?
No, Jackson.
apparently.
He's done a lot of that kind of shit.
Oh.
He diversified.
Yeah.
Well, that's a shame.
Why is that a shame?
Well, it's just a general shame that this guy has gone away with this for so long. I guess.
Yeah, I thought you meant like it's a shame that R. Kelly is facing these consequences.
No, I assumed that he should have, been charged with that as soon as it kind of happened. If he was making her say her age as well, what happened? How does he get away with that?
Well, I assume she didn't immediately sue him afterwards, probably.
Yeah.
No idea.
Well, then is there like a statute of limitations or something? Has he just been biding his time?
No, I don't think
Gaining
there's
his power.
No, I don't know.
As soon as the statute of limitations passes, he does come in and says, "Yes, that was me." Post the video.
She was 12.
Ugh.
Yeah. Damn it, man.
Did you guys hear about the Cooking Mama drama? If you want to start going for other kinds of drama things going on.
Anything else,
Heard it
please?
a little,
God
yeah.
damn it.
The new Cooking Mama is apparently hiding Bitcoin miners in the game.
Really?
Yeah, well, allegedly, according to Reddit, so definitely take that with a grain of salt. They found like some questionable blockchain miners embedded in the Cooking Mama files after they data mined it.
Wait, wouldn't it be on Nintendo Switch?
That's why I
Yeah.
said, how the fuck would it even be
Wow.
mining Bitcoins from the
So-
Switch?
No,
That's not very powerful.
well, so Nintendo doesn't actually look that closely at what apps they greenlight. You can still program whatever the hell you want on Switch, and if it looks like a game and plays like a game, you can definitely hide some code in it to say contact the
Yeah,
internet
but I
and
wouldn't
run stuff.
assume.
And people, the way
I wouldn't assume the Nintendo Switch would be powerful enough for that kind of stuff.
it isn't, that's the point. So
For effective
apparently
money.
people got suspicious because their Nintendo Switches were overheating.
Wow, that's insane. Fucking Cooking Mama of all games?
Yeah.
Holy
whole
shit.
Cooking
Like
Mama.
that's not even like a know nothing
I never
indie title.
trusted that
That's a
bitch.
series that's been around for a while.
I fucking loved the original ones.
Oh
Used to
my
play them all the time.
god. That's the one where they would have the really, really thick Japanese accent for everything you did. Do you guys remember that?
I
Yeah.
never played it, actually.
There was one where it was like not Cooking Mama, but Baby Mama or something. Which that's funny when I say it out loud. It was Cooking Mama, but you took care of babies, and it had a peripheral where it had a little stuffed baby, and you would put a Wiimote in it. And if you ever moved it too quickly, you'd get like this most racist, hard accented Japanese voice saying, "Don't shake the baby." That's the only thing I remember about Cooking Mama. So it's not like it's a out of the blue nowhere franchise.
Yeah, well, apparently they're denying it, saying via reverse engineering, it has been found that there's no crypto mining code in the game. However, battery does drain fast due to shoddy removal of said code. So what? It was in
So
there?
it was a fucking hit piece on Cooking Mama. Does the internet have no shame?
That's Twitter for
targeted
you.
an
Thanks a
icon.
lot.
Yeah, trying to cancel Cooking Mama.
The way you say mama is
Yeah,
really
what the fuck?
weird. Jesus.
What is
Say
mama?
that again?
Wait, Mama? Mama?
No, it's,
Mama?
Say the whole thing, Cooking Mama.
Cooking Mama.
You're changing the way you said it
Yeah.
now.
You said,
Am I?
You said
it
it like
sounds
a
like
mummy.
you say
Yeah.
mama
Mummy.
instead of mama. Cooking
Mum-
mama is
Whoa,
what you
wait,
say.
Wait,
No,
what?
you said it
What do
like
I say?
you said it
Say
like a
again?
stubborn kid who was waiting for his mom's tit to come out and he was perturbed. More mama tit,
Cooking mama.
mama,
Mama?
mama. Yeah, he said it like a baby boy who was hungry.
Well, that's what Mama is anyway. It's
So you just did
often
it
said by
again. You say
baby
mama
boy.
instead of mama.
Mama.
Mama, what the fuck?
Just be casual again, Jackson.
Holy
you just,
shit, we are so out of topic.
Jackson, we
Give me a sentence.
Okay,
Give me a sentence.
I'll paint a picture for you. I'll give you the scene and you come in and act it. You just found out there's a Bitcoin miner on your Nintendo Switch version of Cooking Mama Cookstar.
I can't believe they put a bit mining app on my Cooking Mama.
You changed it, damn
You
it.
had one line
I
and you
mean,
flubbed it.
I just want to play Cooking Mama.
Yeah, you're like you switched it. That's not how you first said it.
Oh, can we go back and can we take it back? I want to hear how I
Yeah,
said
can we
it.
get a replay?
Not live. Well, we could, but I don't wanna.
If this was Kenneth Copeland's presentation, he would have that functionality.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I don't
the
have an
rewinds of
army.
God.
An army of choir boys at our demand. At our command, sorry.
Cooking mama.
Okay, how about this? Next week, each one of us bring one topic, homework, unrelated to the virus, that we can talk about.
It's impossible, dude.
It's not impossible. I have so many short stories. That's easy for me.
Oh, read
Yeah.
one of your
Oh,
stories,
yeah.
Charlie.
I forgot
Nah.
about your
Oh,
stories.
fuck you. You've been holding on to it.
Too late. It's already been an hour. No, I'll keep you guys wanting more for next week.
They're short though.
Bullshit, read a story.
Yeah, read
Well,
the
yeah,
story.
not-
Read us.
I've already read all the short ones.
We could all be dead from 5G radiation poisoning by next week. I don't want to die without hearing a story.
There's not many like short ones I have left. The other ones are quite a few pages.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, quite a few pages in 72-point font. I think we're fine.
Well, no. There's
new
some of
Comic
these aren't
Sans.
like that. Well, I don't know what this is. Never mind. I found another one chapter anomaly. I don't know what this is. I think it's Halo fanfic. So this is
Oh, fuck yeah.
this is chapter 1. In the year 3000, there will be a planet 57 million light years away from Sedna. It will be a giant ring-shaped planet called Alienus. There will be 900 billion aliens.
Alien anus? What?
Yeah.
Alienus. Yeah, I guess alien anus. But yeah. There will be 900 billion aliens. Some are called
That's way too many.
Some are called jackals, others called hunters, more are called grunts.
Wait,
even
this
more
doesn't sound like
aliens are
Alienus
called
at all.
This is just Halo.
This sounds
This
like
is
a
just
world
Halo.
I'm familiar with.
Well, maybe, perhaps. Yeah, I might have just copy and pasted. And these aliens will have technology. Their weapons are needlers, rocket launchers, plasma pistols, shotguns, plasma guns, saber swords, power blasters, assault rifles.
Saber swords. All
You
your
made up
weapons are
two
just gun.
weapons there.
Yeah.
It's like shooty guns, guns with bullets, guns of metal.
Power
You even gave them the
blasters.
human weapons.
Yeah, saber
they're
swords.
OP now.
And their plan is to blow up the galaxy with a deadly weapon called Halo.
Why the fuck would they do that?
There we go. There's the name drop.
The aliens have many assault vehicles like the Banshees, Gun Turnal, and the Ghost.
Wait, what?
The gun
Turtle?
turtle?
Yeah, I don't know what a gun turnal is.
Turret?
I think you meant gun turret.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's not a vehicle.
Neither is
gun
Eternal, is it?
I don't, it's my alien nation. It could be.
Yeah, this
Alienus.
you guys are getting ahead of yourselves. This isn't Halo. It's not the Covenant. It's
Oh.
Alienus.
Yeah, it's Alienus.
Yeah.
Alienus, yeah.
And the Corvenant.
Yeah.
The humans do have a resistance called the UNSC Marines.
All right. Well,
Why in the
that's on
fuck
nose.
would we give a shit about an alien race 57 million light years away?
Because
Because there's 900 billion of them.
and they're trying to blow up the galaxy with the turnals. So you're not
The
even paying
saber
attention.
swords and their gun
It's
turtles.
incredibly overcrowded on Alienus.
Only Master
You're
Chef
right.
can stop him.
They will have the same weapons as the aliens, just two different gun, the sniper rifle and the pistol.
Our
just for
technology is
balancing
superior.
reasons.
Yeah. Their captain's name is Keys. So the Marines' plan was to stop the aliens from using Halo.
Charlie, how old were you when Halo came out? Like 7?
Yeah, 2001. I would have been 7.
Yeah, this all lines up.
Yeah.
Master Keys. I like
That's the
that.
end of chapter 1.
All right. Sounds more like a serious Sam game.
Yeah. Not bad though. Pretty good writing, I'd say. A lot of
I wanna
weapons,
see-
a lot of aliens.
I want to
It
see.
wasn't a story.
Was
Yeah, it
that was that
It
unrelated?
wasn't a story. It was just a brief description.
Was that
Yeah, it's a
unrelated or a
prologue. It sets
spin-off?
up the scene.
So this had nothing to do with. Is this taking place in the Noodleman universe?
No, so I
No?
guess I wrote
Okay.
like so many like different things, but my core was still Moon Ninja and Nutty Noodle Man.
Okay. The
I think for the next episode I'll break out a Moon Ninja or a Nutty Noodle Man,
Diaper
like one of the long
Baby
ones.
Charlie extended universe.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can do that.
yeah, that because I know Nutty Noodle Man versus the Army of Armadillos has 4 chapters. I saw that.
All right.
Make
Well,
it a whole epic.
that's a good tease for next week then.
Yeah,
If
Yeah,
anyone
look
is
forward to that next week.
still thirsting for some fanfic, our website is now up. You can go to official.men. And we have a Patreon, patreon.com/theofficialpodcast, where you can please support us so we can banish once and for all COVID-19 from Earth with your power and your money. So one day we can
The
afford a
winds
private
of
jet.
God.
When did you start this website? What the fuck?
April
It's
1st.
only been under development for 3 years.
It's literally just a fanfic right now. Enjoy. We can read that on the next bonus if you like.
That might not be too bad.
Oh, I see. There's already a hard F word slur immediately in the first paragraph.
Really, are you gonna be one of those people who calls it a slur now?
I don't know. I just don't want to say it.
Faggot.
Alrighty.
Bye.
See you next week, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, really glad to have you on,
Yeah,
man.
it was great. It was nice chatting. And thank you at home for listening to this episode of the Official Podcast. If you want to listen to bonus episodes, including the bonus referenced earlier on in the episode where Charlie is a soundboard, you can head on over to Patreon.
The McElroy brothers are not experts, and their advice should never be followed. Travis insists he's a sexpert, but if there's a degree on his wall, I haven't seen it. Also, this show isn't for kids, which I mention only so the babies out there will know how cool they are for listening. What's up?
And I think it was a deep cut. That would be episode 38, I think. It was back there.
No, it was episode 3.
It was episode -8. We have, as promised, the godfather of deep singing rock music. It's soul, I guess. It's soulful. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tom Waits.
Hey, everybody. Really, really nice to be here. Thank you.
Now, Tom.
Yeah.
First of all, how the fuck did you hear about this show? Because you're super famous and busy all the time.
Right. Well, when I was playing the role of the engineer in a film called The Book of Eli with Mr. Denzel Washington, he said
a fellow deep voicer,
another deep voice fellow. He said to me, "There's going to be a podcast that's going to start in a few months, and you are really going to want to get into it."
Well, let's explain, because we before we did this as an independent venture, we tried to get it greenlit at Denzel Washington's independent film studio.
The movies of Eli.
It's just called Denzel.
Denzel. Right. And he said, "Justin, there's going to be an advice show for the modern era. There's going to be 3 brothers, basically. They're going to take people's questions, and they're going to turn them into wisdom." Said it'll be like alchemy. And I said, "That's a good line. You should send it to him."
Yeah. Everything we say on this show, if you think it's funny, just send a thank you letter to Denzel Washington.
He said it was
Which you should be doing anyways.
Yeah.
You should, yeah. Just to tell him that you appreciate him.
Thomas, can we get maybe a few bars of your favorite song that you did?
You have any requests in particular? Or?
How about The Moon and the Devil and the Whiskey Bottle makes 3?
Okay, here we go. I see you tonight on a downtown train.
It's good.
Every night is just the same. On a downtown train.
That's good.
That was beautiful.
Thanks.
God, soulful.
You've still got it. And by it, I mean just upsettingly, the devil's voice. You basically have the devil's voice, but you still have it.
Well, thanks. It's a kind of love it or hate it type thing. A critic by the name of Daniel Dershowitz once said it sounded like it was soaked in a vat of bourbon, left hanging in the smokehouse for a few months, and then taken outside and run over with a car. So that's kind of one good line I always thought.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
April Fools. You guys got.
Oh.
I know you all were waiting for our goof and our spoof, and this was it.
What do you mean?
You're not really Tom Waits.
I sound like Tom Waits.
You do, but you're not the person that you sound like.
Right.
To make it clear, though, that was a goof of necessity.
It was yeah.
Really, Mother Necessity is the inventor of all good goofs and spoofs.
Electricity was originally a goof.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
And a spoof.
He wanted to shock somebody in the tuchus.
Hold this kite with your
Hold
butt.
this kite. Bzzz, pranked him.
Hold this butt kite. I'm gonna shock you. The tuchus. Put this key in your anus. I'm gonna
key in
shock
your
you.
butt for science. Justin, what happened to you? Because it does sound like your voice got hit by a car.
I got a cold. It happens. I'm human. No one gave me advice not to get a cold. That's one of the hazards of having your own show. You guys, though, I gotta tell you guys, you're lucky. You caught me this early to record because as soon as this show's over, I am going to take a bunch of dextromethorphan. I'm gonna get really high.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna watch Twin Peaks just in like a marathon.
Don't do that.
The original idea that I had was instead of being Tom Waits, I wanted to be the weird dwarf. We live in a land filled with music.
Well, that's been a dream of yours for a long time, hasn't it? Like, you've been wanting to do that for a while now.
This is my cousin. She looks like Gloria Balmer.
Can I be the log lady?
Yeah,
as long as
you be
we're,
log
as long
lady.
as we're cosplaying.
Hey, what's up, everybody? 1989. Represent. Reagan did a great job, I thought. I hope this new
That
guy works
show
out.
just came out on Netflix Instant Queue. So that means it basically just came out.
Finally, people can see Twin Peaks. We weren't old enough to watch it the first time. Hey, let's answer some questions. What do you think?
Okay.
All right.
Get balls deep.
Oh.
Griffin, I'm going to ask that you take over the question asking for this show
Okay.
just to preserve what's left of my dainty pipes.
Okay. People are gonna learn that I'm not a good, like the strongest reader.
You know,
Fuck 'em.
I could maybe read a couple.
No,
Oh,
Travis.
shit.
We've
All
gone
right,
on that
Travis,
path
go
before.
ahead. No. Travis is right. He should.
All right.
Okay.
Kill it.
Brothers, there's this nice bike.
Nope. Stop.
No.
So close.
It's your inflection.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You sound. You sound like you're talking down to the question.
Well, okay, then you do it.
I want you to really just give it your
Okay.
all. I want you to do it. I just want you to do it
wants to push you
not
to the
shitty.
limit.
Brothers, there's this nice bike that's been changed to a pole by my job since October. It's remained unmoved through several snowstorms, hail, rain, and all other bad weather. I want it. I haven't seen any signs of an owner, and I even left my forwarding address on the seat, but got no response. Would it be terrible if I just clipped the chain and outright took it? It's starting to rust. And that comes from the Urban Robin Hood.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't come from Urban Robin Hood. Robin Hood didn't steal from the missing and keep for himself. You are kidding yourself.
I steal
sir.
from the absent and keep it.
and keep it.
And give to the me. Why do you want a bike, dog?
Hey, what's up? Public transit not good enough for you? You get a bus?
I think that this is like an age. I have this problem all the time when I'm like stuck at a really lengthy red light and there's no one around. There's no other cars. In no way is this threatening a traffic accident. And I'm like, I could just go. This isn't going to bother anyone.
This is a victimless crime.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying. Except for the victim of the guy who has the bike.
It
It's
has
my bike.
been months. It's been sitting there since October.
Oh, since October?
Yeah.
Now it's just an eyesore.
Yeah.
Is it possible that this is an art installation? You have to be so careful these days.
So
because
careful these days.
Half of the things you see on the street are art installations.
And I think there's an equally good chance it's an angel test.
Oh my God. Half of the things you see on the street are art installations. The other half, angel tests. They don't ever meet. They don't
ever. If they meet, the world will end.
That's true.
I think that if you want the bike and you're gonna put it to good use, take it. Just chain like a note that says like, "I'm sorry, I stole your shit.
I owe you one bike.
Here's where your bike is. Come get it."
Did somebody maybe park it there? Maybe somebody had a few drinks. They were riding their bike. Is that legal? I think you can operate a bike as long as it doesn't have a motor on it, right?
Okay.
Anyway, they're drunk. Oh, I'm biking. There's Denny's workplace. I'm going to chain it up right there and walk the rest of the way home. Wakes up the next morning. Dude, where's my bike? I don't know.
Hey, why don't you take the bike, but put an ad on Craigslist that says, I got your bike.
Got your bike?
If you want it, come talk to me about it. Run tell that. Come tell me about your bike. And if your bike matches this bike, I'll give you this bike.
It is covered in decals now, but you can have it back.
It's tricked out. And I took it off some ramps. So just keep that in mind.
I hope you like
it.
snakes.
It's now used to adrenaline. Your bike is hooked on adrenaline. I hooked your bike on dread because I've been taking off so many ramps and half pipes.
That's an old wise bike. I feel bad for that bike. Bikes aren't a bike chained to a pole is safe, but that's not what bikes are for. They're for sweet ramps and sweet snake decals.
Yep. And deliveries.
Man, I want a bike.
Yeah, I'll get you one. Don't worry.
This next question comes from Miss Molly May 12.
That was good. You'll find it.
Yeah. And the question is, how do you act around a guy friend who you just rejected?
Absent. You act like you're not around him.
See, I'm gonna say victorious.
Whoa,
Really
really?
rub
Yeah.
his face in it.
You wear his shame like some sort of belt. Like some sort of championship belt. You've bested him in the field of love.
Yeah, in the game of love, he basically forfeited. Like, that was the equivalent of, like, killing him with the first strike before he even really got a couple swings in.
It's his fault because he fucked up because he read the situation so bad. It's like,
man.
Miss Molly May, she gave me half of her snack pack the other day. Snack pack?
Yeah.
She gave me half of it, and it was good. So she must love me. Like, she must love me. There's no doubt about that. She gave me half of her Neapolitan ice cream sandwich. So, like, she's down to fuck. I know this. I know this
thing. That is actually a good tip. If you could stop doing whatever slutty thing made him think you were a DTF, that would probably help.
Is that it? Or is this guy a psychopath and, like, she made him a friendship bracelet in 4th grade, and he's like,
He's like still into it.
Gonna have that. Like, don't.
You are
Miss Molly
mine.
May, you don't owe this guy shit. You beat him.
You won.
Justin, I couldn't tell if you were joking or not because you've lost all inflection somewhere in your gravel pit of a voice, but I think you're right, like, about the being absent thing. I don't think there is a good way to interact with this dude after you've broken his tiny, pitiful heart. I think you just need to walk away for a while and then come back and be like, hey, are we cool now? Are we
No.
cool
Yeah,
now?
you gotta start. You don't think so? I think you gotta start fresh.
No, fuck that noise. Like, he's not gonna chase you off because he advanced and you reposted.
Yeah, it may be actually less awkward for him if you just act like nothing ever happened.
Or more awkward. But regardless, fuck that guy.
It's like getting fired from a job, but then asked to still complete your work.
He's the one who set this off. He set it off, is what I'm saying. So you shouldn't be the one who's like, oh, I better hide.
That's a good question. He should be asking us how to act around.
Hey,
a
I
girlfriend just rejected.
done goofed so hard with my best friend. I goofed.
Guys, I wish I'd asked you before I asked this girl out. Ask us before you do anything.
Oh, that's
and
it.
then don't do
so
it.
after you reject them, just look at them and say, you're free to go now.
I've booked you an exciting travel package in the Alps. Fuck out of here, Denny.
Get the fuck out of my life, Denny. Griffin.
Yeah, I got you. I was drunk last night, and I ended up asking for Yahoo questions on Twitter like 8 times.
Yeah, you did.
I kept forgetting that I had done it.
You were like, my heart's totally eclipsing.
Yeah.
Give me some Yahoos.
So thank you, everybody, because people responded each and every time. Okay, this one was sent in by Louie Dog. It's by Yahoo Answers user Hams. Hams asks, what's a gnarly catchphrase to say after I score a touchdown? something like, protect this house, or all day, every day.
Oh my God.
Yeah, let me set the bar. KCAM responded, "Fuck ya, bitches."
Fuck you, bitches. That's good. That's good.
Maximus Prime says, "I like to call that an old-fashioned ass whooping."
That's a little wordy.
Yeah. I like to touchdown 6 points. I like to call that an old-fashioned ass whooping. Nobody.
Yeah.
It's got to be simple. It's got to be something you can just project. You can just shoot out like buckshot from your mouth when you get that sweet, good 6-point run. And you pick 6 in a football match.
Didn't crap my pants this time.
Too long.
Damn
Too
it.
long.
You got to explode. It's just got to explode. Like, scored him. How about that?
Eat my farts.
All right. See, that's
Is that
good if
good?
you have, if like you've just been sacked in the red zone. You just got that pick 6, and you get sacked in the red zone, but you scored them. And you can say, "Eat my farts," and like there's a bunch of dudes on top of you. Like, but the ball crossed the plane of score. Well, I got the ball past the plane of score. Eat these farts. That's good.
I'm the Superman of points. How about that? That'll be pretty good.
How about big game?
Big game?
Yeah, because like you're letting everybody know that this is like a big deal for you.
Well,
This
it's
doesn't
the same.
happen.
You should just shout momentous.
Best day ever. Did you guys see that?
There are one of any number of Harry Potter spells that you could shout. That would be perfect. Flipendo.
Levantarla. No, that's a Spanish word for live.
Expelliarmus.
Yeah. Summon your expecto patronum.
Yeah. Because you want your dad to be able to see it. I wish my dad was here. That's a good one. Wish my dad was alive.
Dad, check this. Pick 6.
Hey, ghost dad, peep my moves.
Cosby.
Cosby is so great. Just yell Cosby. After
See
you
how
do
Cosby
any.
I was on that move?
And then do the Cosby
funny,
dance from the Cosby Show.
I stiff armed him, and it was straight cause.
Yeah.
No joke. Full cause. Cosby swag over here.
Maybe you should use your moment of glory to make a statement that's really important, that's impactful.
Okay.
Maybe you shout like as soon as you touch down, you're like, "Free Tibet!" Or maybe like, "Bring back Dunkaroos!" Like
Yeah.
something like that. That people
Those
will
two
mean
things
something.
are roughly equal on the importance spectrum.
in the spectrum of time I spent thinking about them, they're pretty close to equal.
Mm-hmm. I used to do all my philosophical discussions and ponderings about the state of Tibet while eating Dunkaroos, and I find that without them, it's hard to do the first thing too.
Exactly. That's exactly my point.
Is there a? Can we boil this down instead of words? Is there a thing you can do with your body?
Wiener out.
See, but you're covered in so much gear.
Yeah,
that
right.
It's hard to get to the. You have like
Maybe
a cup.
just pantomime wiener out.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then kind of a back and forth swing, which you guys can't see me because I'm, of course, speaking into a microphone, but I totally just did. Just
I
like
know you
standing
did.
here going, wee.
I've known you for 23 years. I know when you're pretending to pantomime a dick swing.
Maybe pantomime something from another sport. Like you score a touchdown, then pantomime shooting a free throw.
That's
and
great.
Wouldn't that be, because people won't know what you're doing.
What if you're like Michael Jordan and you're proficient at every sport and also my best friend, and then every sport you do something fucking awesome, and then you do a thing from the other sport?
Or like one step further and like pantomime reading a book. Pantomime pouring some tea.
Yeah, right, exactly. Kiss one of them on the mouth.
What if you sat on the ground and scooted your butt across the grass like a dog?
Hey, get off there. Hey. Make the ref come over and swat you on the nose.
When you score a
What if-
touchdown, just kind of meander around and look real confused. What just?
Did I do it?
What was that?
What if while you play football you just constantly yell what you're doing?
I'm running.
Pass!
Yeah.
Catch! Sack!
Avoid. Juke.
Punt!
Steroids.
Fake punt! Oh shit! No!
Dog fights.
So, Justin, I want you to know, I've never fully appreciated your job as the question reader.
It's hard,
But
right?
like the feeling of when it's time to move on to a new question is something like I think it's a science. I think it's an art that I don't have yet.
You
But I feel like
fucked
that
up.
time is now.
Yeah, the touchdown question.
That was
should have
good.
Ended like four minutes ago.
I know.
Yeah.
Do aliens exist? My boyfriend
Yes.
is terrified and thinks that he's been abducted before. He watches UFO videos a lot and has shown me some, and sometimes they look very real. It's not that I'm not open to the possibility, I'm just worried that he thinks and worries too much about it. Are they real? What should I do? And that comes from Steph from Gmail.
Is this?
You know what looked real? Independence Day.
Yeah.
Those looked real. Are they real?
I think that-
Absolutely.
Dude, in this crazy, like, huge universe,
Yeah.
I think the chances that we are like the only planet with habitation, I mean, it might be true, but I think that is a little ridiculous to assume. But I also think it's ridiculous to assume that if there are other creatures on other planets, they totes want to come down and take us. Like,
No, they'd want to hang out.
yeah,
We're pretty
They
cool.
want to chill.
I,
Well, that's
I
like
think we're a
thinking-
pretty cool species.
but it's like me thinking that because there's people in other countries, they want to come kidnap me. Like, just because other people exist in the world, in the galaxy, doesn't mean they want to come get you.
That's a good question. Maybe they just want to come down and hang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if they were going to abduct someone, why wouldn't they take, like, George Clooney or the president?
I don't know what. Explain to me your thought. Like, why would they take those people?
Well, because they are important. They're like,
That's fine, but as we've established, these aliens just want to bro down.
Right. They just want to hang.
They just want to hang with some cool bros, and like watch a movie or something.
so they just came
You
down
don't-
to, like, check out the chicken wing situation. And
If they
watch.
came down and they abducted the president, they would be fucked. The whole planet would be on lockdown. Like a full-blown ID4 panic. And they don't want that to happen. They
So
just
the
wanna
stakes are
bro
too
out.
high in that situation. So instead, they want to take, like, Jimmy from Sheboygan and just, like, chill. Fucking
They
watch
wanna
the
take-
game, bro out.
Yeah. Crack a Heine. By which I mean a Heineken and not his butt. Although they may do
Right.
that too, because they're aliens. Those fucking nasty aliens.
Gross.
Up until that moment, aliens were starting to sound pretty cool.
Yeah, now they're all nasty.
Always that loophole, by which I mean your butt.
It's not. They're not doing it to. They don't know what they're doing. That's how they talk in their language. They talk telepathically and
Buttopathic?
rectopathic.
Rectalally.
Mega Lally.
Suppositorily.
I think, Stephanie, you should tell your boyfriend. I think worrying about aliens is sort of like Todd Snyder, singer-songwriter Todd Snyder, says about gay marriage.
What do you say?
That's something that worries people that ain't got shit all else to be worried about. And I think that your boyfriend needs to get worried about some real things. He needs to worry about you. If you're happy, your happiness. Financial stability, that's a real thing.
Libya.
Global warming. Libya, what's going on over there? I don't know.
Super flu.
Super flu?
Yeah.
The oncoming pandemic? There's all kinds of shit.
What do you mean oncoming? You sound like.
Well, I'm patient zero, so
You sound
I'm
like a
the
bunch of
harbinger.
rocks in a bucket right now. You've got it
Hurting my
already.
you're hurting my feelings.
No, I'm saying it's a good sound. It's oaky.
Oh, you like it? Is it
yeah.
you like
But you
smooth?
do sound like a bunch of rocks just shuffling around in a bucket.
Sure, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Griffin, do you have a Yahoo for us that you might be able to toss our way?
Yeah, I have like 66, and I'll do one of them.
Okay, thank you.
This one was sent in by Rob Starabin. Thanks. It's by Yahoo Answers user Mr. Chocolate, who asks, I am looking to start my own porn website. I'm serious. Only answer if you have suggestions. We are we're made of suggestions.
Names?
For content?
I want to start a website because porn is a billion-dollar industry. I feel as though this could be one of the easiest things to do. I visit these sites. Doesn't seem to be much to do. Any suggestions on how to get the site up and running? I can take care of the other details. See, it seems easy, but there's a lot of administrative decisions that you have to make when setting up this sort of like you need a business plan, is what I'm saying.
So wait, I'm confused
Wait.
here as to what exactly he's like. How to put something on the internet?
I mean, that seems he doesn't seem to mention any specifics. Like,
Yeah, I dig this guy because he's saying, I have lots of videos of women having sex.
well, do
I
we
just
know
don't-
it's women? Do we know it's not like alpacas? Do we
I
know
have
it's not like
videos
fish?
something
Alpaca
that is
porn is a
supposedly erotic.
billion-dollar industry.
Can you explain to me what is it? Just alpacas fucking?
Well,
is there something a little
there's
bit-
some romance there too. I mean, it's not just fucking.
Oh, it's all about the story.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. The plot.
Yeah, like there's
It's not about that.
like an
it's not about
alpaca
that
delivery
fur.
man rolls up and he's like, "Hey, I brought these alpacas you were looking for," and she's like, "But I've already got 6 alpacas." But then they find that they have a lot in common, and then the alpacas fuck.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
I've heard.
It sounds
I've
like
heard
even more
hypothetically. I
story-heavy.
mean, it's not that I've ever seen that or anything. I mean,
No.
hypothetically.
This guy asked for suggestions. Alpacas
Yeah.
with fucking romantically.
Romantically fucking
Yeah, I mean,
alpacas.
it's sensual. It's not like there's no anger in it or anything. I mean, it's just very sweet, and then they cuddle.
You would probably think there was anger because alpacas make weird noises when they're not fucking. Like I can only imagine like mid coitus, like the kind of grunts that those things can produce.
It's the worst.
Well, it sounds
They
like
probably
that.
sounds like Justin right now.
Yeah,
in his
I
brain
said my voice sounds like bourbon-soaked alpacas that have been hit by a car
and then
while
fuck.
fucking.
while fucking, and then they fucked afterwards because they were so happy to be alive.
We made it.
Let's suck the marrow out of this, Deborah.
So
Carpe
alpacas.
diem.
All right.
Carpe my alpaca tape.
I've got a notepad and a pinout. I'm writing number 1, alpaca fucking. Let's spitball.
What about alpaca farming? I hear that's $1 billion a year industry too.
That's a-
as long as we're at it.
You can get
What
2
about Full House / Fic?
Oh my god.
That always goes down right.
Can you? I almost hesitate to ask.
Don't Google it.
I don't think
Damn.
you want me to do this.
This is I've been working on this one. This is my magnum opus, you guys. It's a Danny Joey romance.
At this one, I'd call it a novella. It's pretty long.
It's called Late Night San Francisco Danny Joey Meetup.
So workshopping the title.
Workshop in the title, but check it totally out. Gonna give you some rad boners. And
What it's got-
maybe a little
it's
bit of
got-
nostalgia too.
It's got MMM. It's got MFM.
MFM, and
It's got MMF.
It's got Comet. Comet's in the mix.
Yeah, but I made him an alpaca, so
They make Kimmy Gibbler watch.
I made Comet an alpaca and I made Kimmy Gilmore watch. So it's a pretty messed up story. Check it out.
Well, you're really gonna
Teenage
like the
rape.
plot twists.
Don't forget to comment if you dig it.
What about fucking ghosts? Has anybody done that yet? Like a site about fucking ghosts? Because that opens up a lot of doors. Because it could either be a really hi-fi, like Ghostbusters 2 production where you can fuck any woman in history. In history, if you've got the SFX right, if you get Wetaworks on that, if you get the Peter Jackson Industrial Light and Magic and Sound on that, that could be a high quality, very erotic porno. Or you can lo-fi it and just have you fucking the air, and you're like, you pretend that you're fucking a ghost. You don't have to have a second party there.
Hey, it's me, Madame Curie. Let's do it on top of this stack of Nobel Prizes that I won. You and me, buddy.
Oh,
I did some work in radioactivity. Now I'm gonna do some work on radio activity. I don't know.
Well, on that note,
Ghosts, Full House, Alpaca. One of those 3 is sure to take you right to money time.
or all 3. What about
Oh my
all 3
God.
together?
Yeah. Hey, Danny, yes, Joey. I'm enjoying having sex with you. But what's with this ghostly alpaca you have watching us?
This spectral tiny llama. What's his deal?
If you could just shore him and make me a coat from his ghost fur, I bet we could fetch a high price. Oh, you're always thinking about money while we're trying to make love.
What do you think about the name
Classic Joey.
Spectre Smut? What do you think about
I like
that?
it.
Just for a site name.
I like it. You'd have to buy it from that 70s funk band, but I think other than that, You'd be okay.
How do you feel about the name Full House Fuller Buttholes?
I like it a lot.
So I think it's time.
How do you feel about the name? Oh God. You can call me Alpaca Pornography, but you put like the emphasis on the owl. Like
I think you can get that URL for sure.
Yeah. We can GoDaddy it. No, we can't. How did that guy fuck up that bad?
Hey, dog, you did a really bad job.
Hey, dog, you owned the internet, basically. Like, anytime anybody's like, I need a website, there's like one dude in the game. Or maybe there are more dudes, but in their minds, it's like, oh, this one dude's got this whole game on lockdown. And the only thing you have to do to keep the internet on lockdown was not shoot an elephant. That's the only thing you had to do was not shoot an elephant. You could even shoot an elephant as long as you don't video it and put it on YouTube. You silly bitch, you had the internet.
Do that in your secret time. Don't tell people about it. I like to shoot things I shouldn't do, but I don't go around squawking.
Yeah, I'm sure Facebook like organizes his own like bum fight rings.
Yeah.
But god damn, he's got the common sense not to put it on the YouTube. Don't shoot elephants, everybody. That's
what happened? Do people like elephants? Yeah, dude. Like everybody likes elephants, I think.
Everybody loves elephants. And Raymond.
Hey, Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to see elephants, you got to take a journey.
Oh man,
take a trip.
All right, I can already tell this is not your best.
But I'm not in the mood to see elephants, so I'd rather take a trip to the Muddy Zone. About it?
Gonna have to wait till next year because I'm pretty sure it's all sold out.
out.
But man, that joint's gonna be a party. I bet
it's gonna be blown up.
Just do personal messages on the show. We like we like businesses too.
I prefer business, actually.
I actually prefer... Grace, you're great, but you're not a business.
I have a heart for industry, my mom always said.
We're tycoons of business.
Robber barons.
We're carpetbaggers of the business industry.
Cool. So is there a business where we think
I don't know. I just want to keep going.
You think is there any certain business, or just like we celebrate the idea of corporate?
Well, let me pitch to you this.
Okay, hit me.
Have you ever wished that you lived, we'll say, a decade in the future, 10 whole years in the future, where business is no more? It's a dystopian wasteland, business free.
Okay. I never wish that. Can it be like a one of those futures where like businesses run the whole show?
Okay, so not dystopian. It's fully topian.
I'm the last free man, though. Mm-hmm. Like I'm the last like non-corporate man.
When everyone else is branded with the sigils of industry, Justin is free.
I'm on the run.
Justin's on the run in the
I need
desert.
flexibility.
Drinking.
I need something flattering.
Yes.
To wear. Yeah.
You need, obviously, this is a ballsy move, so you need something that is really going to showcase your whole dick to the people, to the business tycoons.
It's going to make your dick so aerodynamic. It's not even funny.
Your dick will seem like it's been fletched by an arrow maker for maximum.
The finest arrow maker.
My dick has been fletched by the finest arrow maker, and now it sails through the wind. Whoosh.
Thank you, Root Suit.
This innovation is called a root suit, and I don't think we can describe it with our voices. A root suit is really something you need to Google, and you will Google it, and you will say it does look like his dick's been fletched, or vagina. Since these are high quality suits for ladies and men.
What are they, Griffin? What are they?
All right. They're very futuristic, first off, just off the bat.
Okay.
They are they fit flatteringly on your frame. They hug. It's like wearing a suit that's hugging you the entire time.
What is the purpose of this? Why would I wear this suit?
To look futuristic.
Okay.
In the details that were provided, it says it's great for Harry Potter fans.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand that.
Don't recall.
Is it maybe for, like, sporting events? Like, I'd wear a multicolored root suit and I'd root for the home team?
It could be that. I think you're making a statement.
You know,
with a root suit.
In this economy, I think that the greatest thing about it It is 100% American. Not one of those foreign root suits you hear about. They are based in New Orleans, 100% American made.
Do you know what it is? If you want to look like Pepsi Man,
and I do,
all the time, then this shit will make you look like Pepsi Man. It's a good look.
It's a cool look. If you go to rootsuit.com/MBMBAM, you can get a special discount too, $15 off.
That's ridiculous.
And if you go to their front page, you can get a root suit for $1.
Listen, there's so many applications for a root suit. Sports, interpretive dance,
Scaring the fuck out of your kids.
Oh my god, these things are kind of fucking scary. But just because you can't see their face, if you're
superheroing, obviously.
Oh god, yes.
If you want to recreate the putties from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers,
there you go.
And who doesn't?
So they want people to like their Facebook page.
If you're too broke for Spanx,
it's like full body Spanx.
These are full body Spanx. Oh man, you know what's? I need to tone down my neck. If I could just like Spanx my neck down a little bit. Root suited.
So go to rootsuit.com/MBAM.
Get a discount.
Get that discount. Go like their Facebook page. You're going to love the way your balls look.
We all know that everybody's Googling root suit right now because they want to know what it looks like. And I think everybody's going to be pretty pleased with the outcome of their Goog.
I think you're going to like what you see.
And if you want to use your root suit to show your fandom of MBMBAM, let's pick a color. What color should it be to support my brother and me? Yellow?
Bright yellow. Yeah.
You want people to look like a pee-pee person?
Mm-hmm. I want them to look
and
like
then
pee-pee.
write mustard across your chest.
Yes. I would appreciate that. At least as long as it's condiment themed or condom themed. And you're going to like what you see when you Google root suit.
If you get a yellow root suit, a red root suit, and like a green root suit, and do like mustard, ketchup, and relish, you'll be like the coolest fucking people at the ball game.
But people are going to know that that's my bim bam. Like, we're not like...
We're just really into toppings.
Yeah. We're the condiment brothers.
But we'll know.
Us.
We'll know.
Griffin.
Oh my god, I have to do a jingle.
Yeah, and I need you to do a jingle about Tony Zito's friend Grace. Okay. And root suits.
Oh, well, that should be easy to portmanteau. Let me just portmanteau that together.
Thank you.
Oh my god, I really forgot.
No pre-pro? No pre-pro on this one?
All right. That's my chord progression.
All the best songs start out with the singer saying, "That's my chord progression."
Who's that whispering in the trees? It's two sailors and they're on leave. Pipes and chains and swinging hands. Who's your daddy? Yes, I am. Fat cat came to play. Now he can't run fast enough. You had best stay away when the pushers come to shove. Root suit riot. Root suit riot. Grace. Grace, it's time to feed the cat. Throw back a bottle of beer. Pull a comb through that cat's black hair. Root suit riot, yeah. Root suit riot. Root suit riot. Nope.
No, I loved it. That's rootsuit.com/MBMBAM. Travis hit me with a new question.
Root suit riot. I think if I took it to the minor.
You're done. You're out. Travis, next.
I'm a young college student, and I'm having some issues with my wardrobe. You see, I really like dress shirts because I feel like they make me look classier, even on a bad day, so I tend to wear them a lot. I also have a nice, shiny silver watch that I wear to try to class myself up as well. The issue is that, because we are in college, a lot of my friends don't feel like putting in the effort to avoid looking sloppy unless they're going out. And when I'm hanging out with them, I feel awkward and overdressed. Is there a way to beat this feeling without having to hang up the dress shirts for good, or do I just have to surrender to the slob and stop giving a shit? Hopefully, handsome Hawkeye.
Ooh.
I don't think. I think you should always look as classy as you possibly can.
I completely agree.
No one.
Do you guys know that every time we record this show, I'm wearing sleep pants and I'm wearing a t-shirt, but I'm also wearing a boutonniere.
That's fancy. I like that.
Nice.
That's a classy touch.
I'm wearing a cummerbund and nothing else.
I should have been. I am also wearing a cummerbund, and that's where I keep the boutonniere pin.
I think that like I've never. I think if you got to be one of them, you got to be overdressed or underdressed. You always want to be overdressed.
Yeah, sure.
You always want to be the classiest guy in the place.
Because you can flip that around and somebody's like, "Hey, what's up, Fancy Pants McGee?" And you'd be like, "Yeah, I look nice. Like I look nice, and I feel nice about the way I look."
Yeah, I look nice.
You know what?
I'm on point.
I don't think I've ever felt too overdressed to go somewhere, but I've definitely felt too underdressed. Like when I've just finished like building a set and I'm covered in paint and dirt and everything. I'm not going out somewhere classy like that, but man, it always feels nice to get dressed up. Like
I did one time wear khakis to a comic book convention, to Mid Ohio Con, and I actually got some shit from people there because
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, that's because khakis are like the worst clothing ever.
Yeah, I was young. I didn't know.
Yeah, I know. I have a certain amount of vehemence toward khakis. I hate them.
Because you got to wear them for work.
Well, that and like khakis say, "Hey, I want to get dressed up," but without all the hassle of getting dressed up. Like it's just such a slobby commitment to getting dressed up. Just put on some dress pants and commit to it.
So you're saying khakis are like fancy ugly jeans, basically?
Yes.
They're like fancy ugly sweatpants.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
They're supposed to be fancy, but everybody knows they're actually totally cash.
Yep.
Fuck khakis. That's our new motto.
Fuck khakis.
Fuck
I
khakis.
think you also get the benefit of with dressing too classy. It's a lot easier to unclass an outfit. You know, untuck the shirt, undo a button. It's a lot easier to do that than it is to like tuck in your t-shirt and straighten your collar on that you don't have.
I was gonna say that's a fucked up t-shirt.
Yeah, pretty gross t-shirt.
Is that the new style?
I guess I can't keep up.
I think that from what I remember of college, God knows, I never understood the idea of like rolling out of bed and rolling up to class in like pajama pants and your scuzzy t-shirt and shit. Like, I don't get it. It seems like you're putting so much effort into looking like you didn't put any effort into your outfit. Like, I just don't get it. Like, I don't get, hey, we're young, attractive people, so let's make ourselves look like shit. Like, just put in a little effort. Clean yourselves up.
Yeah, you're in your sexual prime.
Yeah.
Get some partners going. Don't waste it on the...
Take those sweatpants off. Take off those fucking khakis and get yourself some partners.
Get yourself some partners. You're in your sexual prime. Dress to impress.
You're good to go.
Dress to undress.
Dress to undress, yes. That's magical, Travis. Go get that on a t-shirt.
It's already done.
Not a t-shirt.
Or a dress shirt.
On a dress shirt.
Get an airbrush dress shirt.
Do you guys want a Yahoo?
Yes, please.
Yeah, give me a Yahoo.
Too bad. You don't get one.
What?
Instead, guys, you know what we did? We tore
God damn it.
page off of our Gregory Hines calendar. We tore it right off and we threw it away, and now it says I'm real. Shit. It's time for a new monthly observance.
God damn it.
I did not put in the pre-pro required to choose one, so we're gonna have to do it like we did it last month.
Oh, good. That was much better, I thought.
I'm just gonna name off some shit, and when you think we've struck gold, then we'll just dig right into that thing.
Okay.
It's like pre-pro during. It's like during pro.
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 Atlanta Food and Wine Month.
No.
I don't know why Atlanta's
Who cares?
getting its own shit. Brussels sprouts and cabbage month.
Yeah.
Cranberries and gooseberries month.
There it is.
That's pretty funny.
I didn't know.
That's really good.
I didn't know gooseberries was an actual thing.
Yeah. Go figure.
Go fig. Emotional Overeating Awareness Month.
It makes me really disgusted when people overeat. Is that an emotion? Does that count? I'm repulsed by you, Becky.
Grilled Cheese Month.
What's there to say? Who doesn't love grilled cheese yet?
It is Grange Month. But I don't know if that means it's Lagrange month, because I can fucking totally... It's April. Hey.
That's good, Trav.
Thank you. I must be mistaken.
Man, it's like having the top right here. I wish I could stop you, though. That's the difference.
No, just keep going. Keep going. We'll just... The rest of the podcast is going to be Travis singing Lagrange. And I'll do the guitar part. Holy Humor Month.
What?
I think Holy Humor Month is our best one so far. There's also Home Improvement Time, which I love because it's not
Home Improvement Time.
Not exclusively a month. It's just the time of Home Improvement.
It's an entire month to appreciate the comedy of Tim Allen.
Have you ever wondered what Jonathan Taylor Thomas is doing these days? It doesn't matter. All of Home Improvement's on DVD. Just go get it.
Month of the Young Child. Okay. National Decorating Month. That seems awfully...
Can I say something about Tim Allen?
Uh-huh.
I don't care for the man's comedy. Personally.
All right, let's just... Hold on, let's stop. Let's just do Home Improvement time.
Okay, Home Improvement. I want to say something about Tim Allen. This is a public service message from your friends and my brother and me.
Okay.
I don't enjoy the man's comedy myself. But do you realize what kind of a salesman you have to be to walk into a studio exec's office and say, I'm going to make a show about a guy who hosts a home improvement show, and he has a fat bearded friend and a man that lives in a fence. Can I have $1 million?
Let's run this for 12 seasons.
I want to run this it's going to run for 12 years. It's about a man in a fence and a dwarf.
When you say man in a fence, he sounds like some sort of fable. Hi, my name is Wilson. I'm a fable. I'm your neighbor. Here's some wisdom.
He did grant wishes.
Do you guys...
Everybody on that show, I think they all like sort of simultaneously realized they weren't going to do any better work, and then just kind of fell off, right?
Do you know how many executive producers that show had?
Bet you're going to tell me.
9. That just seems...
So here's the public service message, okay?
Okay.
Feel like your life is directionless. Mm-hmm. They probably need someone to executive produce Home Improvement. Why not go over there, put it in an app? My brother, right?
That show's been off the air like 13 whole years.
But they're still making it.
Well, what are these guys doing?
I mean,
then?
they're still making it. It's just not being released anymore.
We still make Home Improvement. You might not see it.
It was part of that. You know how we have a strategic oil reserve? We have a strategic reserve of Home Improvement episodes.
The price of Home Improvement is so high, we have got to bring it down. Somebody send out some VHSs.
Well, ever since the war in Libya started and Muammar Gaddafi started like hoarding his Home Improvement, like we've had to start slowly releasing our Home Improvement to keep the costs down.
Hey, we don't. Guess what, Mr. President? We don't approve of trading young soldiers' blood for episodes of Home Improvement.
Yeah,
that is not acceptable. Do you know how we're gonna fix that situation in Libya, though? For real? Do you know how we're gonna fix it? How we're gonna air it out?
How, Griffin?
Wait, I have a guess.
How?
More power.
Yes. Here. Let's do some actual PSAs. Hey. Well, that's not. PSAs don't start out with hey. They're really that conversation. We'll do it anyway. Hey, if you see Zachary Ty Bryan on the street, why don't you give him a buck or two? He could really use the help. My brother.
I know it seems like a good idea at the time, but don't put a V8 engine in a dishwasher. It only leads to pain. My brother, and me.
Who? My brother, and me.
Richard Karn is swag as fuck. My brother, and me. Dude,
don't let Richard Karn turn into the next Ray Combs. Tell him how much you appreciate him today. My brother, and me.
Have you hugged a Richard Karn today?
Can't find your keys? Check Richard Karn's beard. My brother, and me. Did you put my keys up there again, Dick Karn?
I put my keys in Dick Karn's beard in 1994. They were never seen again.
That's where we keep the reserves.
That'd be a good thing to shout after a touchdown. It's just Richard Karn's name. Karn?
I want to hear Griffin's last question. But first, Travis is going to tell you about some of our housekeeping items.
Well, thank you, Justin. So coming up, I think most of you know by this point, I hope that we have a live show coming up in Chicago. You can go to MaximumFun.org for ticket information and stuff like that. So, if there's still tickets available, you should probably go ahead and buy them.
That's the worst pitch ever. Dude,
I mean, what else are you doing on April 17th?
It's gonna be us. It's gonna be JJ Go at Second City. It's gonna be fucking killer. It's gonna be the best night ever. This party is gonna be so fun you will die.
Dan Telfer is going to be there?
Dan Telfer's going to be there. So goddamn funny. Go buy a ticket, dummy. It's $12, and it's my birthday.
Come see Griffin for his birthday.
Come see me on my birthday
party.
We're going to go out afterwards. I'm going to die on drinks. My dad's going to be there. We're going to hang out.
Okay, chill.
It's going to be me. It's going to be Justin. It's going to be Travis. Dan Telfer, Jordan, Jesse, and my dad. And we're all hanging. Where are you? Okay. You're not there because you didn't pay $12 for a ticket. Because you're a dummy.
Cheapo.
You're a dummy cheapo.
All right, that was good.
And you hate
That was
birthdays.
a good bitch. If you're going to be there, you want a question answered, email us. We want you to email us a question if you're going to be at the Chicago show. Put something in the subject like Chicago live question or something so we know what it is.
Because and then we'll humiliate you.
We will savage you.
Yeah. But it'll be a good
Keep
time.
that in mind. It'll be fun.
This is my birthday. My dad will be there.
Also, if you're interested in becoming a citizen of the Money Zone, getting your Money Zone green card with Gerard Depardieu, then you're going to want to contact Teresa Thorne, and that's Teresa at maxfun.org, and that's Teresa with an H, and she'll give you all the pricing info and availability and stuff like that, and just let her know, and you guys should totes hook that up. Totes.
What?
You should totally hook that up. Let's move on.
If you do this, you get a free tote bag.
No, that's not true.
That's not true
at all. You get a totes umbrella.
What if I want to talk about how uncomfortable it made me that you just said totes hook it up? Where should I go to do that?
Well, then you should go to the forums on MaximumFun.org and talk about this episode and other episodes from other Max Fun shows and stuff like that. Or just use it to, connect with people and hang out and build like a community and stuff. I'm not very good at these.
I love it.
You're
so
really
terrible
bad
at these.
Just
The
finish it up.
worst, I would say.
Just finish it up.
Finish-
pulling off a
Finish it
Band-Aid.
up.
Also, we're on
Shitty
Twitter.
talk.
We're on Twitter, at MBMBAM if you want to send us a message. But we prefer that you use hashtag MBMBAM for any messages about the show, quotes from the show, anything like that. Let us know if you're going to be at the live show. It's exciting to find out people are excited about it. We're also all individually on there, but we're not as funny separate. We're like Voltron.
I don't know about that.
No? Well,
When I get drunk and solicit Yahoo Answers 8 times in a single night, I think that's pretty fucking funny.
That's follow-worthy, I'd say.
I say that's very followable.
Some people have been hooking us up with shout-outs on Twitter this week, like Green Cardigan 5, converted a friend. That's My Trunks, our buddy Fred, says episode 15 is the best starter for a new fan. Michelle Mittens is just the best, always.
100% of the time.
Sean M.D. listens to 8 episodes in a row.
Oh, God.
He's a doctor. He's a physician.
That's a terrible.
He listened to 8 episodes.
He shouldn't be qualified to touch people after doing
I got a prescription. Slow down.
Yeah, you got a problem.
Yeah. I got to diagnose you with a terminal case of yucks.
Guys, are we trending?
It's hard to say. How can you monitor that?
I think there's probably an app.
These are the things that are trending right now.
Okay, are we any of these things?
Let's see. Are we hashtag things that piss me off? Hashtag since we being honest.
Okay.
Okay.
Hashtag whiz follow me. Jonas are much better.
Oh my God.
Lovato World Tour 2011.
Oh. That's us.
Here-
That's actually us.
That's us.
That's the name of our live
That's us.
show.
Jonas are much better. Here's the top tweet on that one. Jonas are much better because they taught me that there's more to life than just to live. That instead of just hoping, I need to start trying. Thanks, show bros. Thanks for the message.
JoBro's changed me.
All right, Griffin, in this show.
This final question, which, by the way, guys, thanks for sticking around. This is a weird ep, and you made it to the end. We'll never do another one like this again unless Justin's pussy immune system is fragile, tiny. Listen to him, little pussy baby. Thank you.
I tried my best.
You did good. We're all very proud of you. It's not your fault. It's your larynx. It's by, this one was sent in by James Ousts. Thank you, James. It's Yahoo Answers user Black Justin Bieber bitches.
Okay.
And yeah, that name really comes right at you. Says, basketball, : what is verified swag and where can I purchase it?
I'm Justin McElroy.
I'm Travis McElroy.
I'm Griffin. Verified swag McElroy.
This is my brother.
The McElroy brothers are not experts, and their advice should never be followed. Travis insists he's a sexpert, but if there's a degree on his wall, I haven't seen it. Also, this show isn't for kids, which I mention only so the babies out there will know how cool they are for listening. What's up, you cool baby?
What's a Gruyere?
I think he probably, picks the food. I just think that, when the lady comes around, that she says, he told me earlier that he wanted to have the steak and Gruyere, so I'm going to order that for him.
Maybe really mean, and she thinks he's overweight and doesn't want to say anything about it, so she's really passive aggressive. He'll have a salad.
Yeah, I'll have the chicken cordon bleu, and Tubby Tubbs over there is going to have a shot of wheatgrass and some disapproving looks.
Somebody skipped his morning jog, so he gets a mixed green.
I think that you should probably ask out of curiosity, very non-aggressive. Hey, why do you do that? Why does that happen every time? Maybe there's a good loving reason for it.
What could the loving reason be?
Maybe you're really bad at human interaction, and she's saving you from having to make a fool of yourself in front of the waiter. She knows you're gonna make terrible jokes about how you want your steak done or whatever. And how do you want your steak cooked on the grill?
Yeah,
she's trying to prevent that from happening.
My name is Fred, and I'll be your customer this evening.
Could you steak me?
The first time you guys went out, did you embarrassingly order things like, I'll have the hamburger because you hold the mustard and put the mayonnaise in a cup next to it and stuff like that? Maybe she just doesn't want to deal with your whininess.
Bring me the mayonnaise in a stein, if you could, please.
I need a thimbleful of vinaigrette.
If I see a pickle, I'm going to burn this restaurant down.
Sorry, Darlene. I think you should ask to find out what the reason is. If it's a good reason, it's not worth it. Does it really bother you?
What you should do is just completely embrace this. And when your lady orders for you, make eye contact with the waiter and just give a real slow nod.
Yeah. Like you're inviting him into your... it feels like you're inviting him into your relationship. Now there's three of us here.
She was correct.
Yes, right.
Why don't you turn it into a contest where you tell her, listen, baby, I don't mind if you keep ordering for me, but I'm going to order for you.
If I get to the waiter first, I'm ordering for you.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be like that. You can be like, who knows the other person better? So, she'll order something for you, and she'll be like, I think he would like the barbecue bacon onion burger from TGI Fridays. And then you'll be like, she'll have cookies. And be like, sir, it's 7 o'clock. I know for a fact she hasn't eaten dinner yet because she's at a TGI Fridays. And I know what I said.
Yeah.
She'll have the cookies, please.
She'll have the cookies, please.
And a bowl of croutons.
I get a bowl of croutons, some of those cocktail swords.
There's one thing about I know about my girl, and that she's got a big race coming up, and she's got a carb.
Got a carb up. Croutes, please.
Just carb her. It's another question. I don't have a feminine wile. I'm not sure what happened. Please help me. How do I attain some feminine wile skills? I'm a girl, if that helps.
It does.
Yes.
Certainly. For getting feminine wiles.
Every woman has feminine wiles.
Yeah. You know that maybe Stella got her groove back?
Mm-hmm.
just go watch that and do exactly what Angela Bassett does.
I don't think that it's something like, it's not like a list of things you know how to do. It's not like a skill you pick up at summer camp. It's just something like, that is a term that's used to describe like what
Travis,
women
I
do in society.
I have to ask, where did you acquire that knowledge? Where did you acquire that knowledge that it's not a thing that ladies learn at summer camp? Because I could totally see a lady going to summer camp, and then that's when she learns how to fucking work it.
Isn't that what finishing school is, where they teach you how to fucking work it? Yeah. Like
so you're saying, like in middle school when they separated like the boys and girls to watch different movies, the boys were off watching the uncomfortable movie about pubic hair, but the girls were totally watching movies about how to like work it.
The girls actually get a class by RuPaul, who comes in and just teaches them how to work. You know, how to find their fears, how to find their bliss, and just chase it. You know,
chase that bliss. We had to look at horrifying pictures that still haunt me to this day of vivisected cocks. Like, this is, if you would lathe your cock, this is what it would look like.
Yeah, right,
you just split it right down the middle, right down the prime meridian. And then they got RuPaul teaching them how to make it work.
Right, exactly.
That's
exactly.
bullshit.
At the end, there was like a fashion show on a catwalk.
So maybe our listener missed that day of school.
Oh, were you sick?
That's
were you
very
sick that day on Make It Work Day?
What was the name of that show that was on MTV that they taught the guys how to be like players, and it was hosted by the guy who wore like goggles and like furry top hats.
I think it's like the America's Next Great Pickup Artist, the Pickup Artist.
The Pickup Artist, yeah. Ma'am, what fucking douche chills I got? I had a winter of douche chills.
How are you helping our writer?
I'm saying that maybe you call that guy up and be like, maybe he knows a thing or two about the lady game. Like how to
He could never do that. He could never do it. He only knows how to work that system the one way. If he tried to see it from the other side, it would turn him gay.
No, but this is like you hire a bank robber to do your vault security.
Shit.
I'm saying he knows all about how to pick it up.
It is so much easier for girls though, right? Like guys, it takes whole reality shows to teach them how to work their something. Girls, like, didn't we establish like just flash a boob, right?
Yeah.
Like you just
Well, don't do that.
don't do that. Obviously,
But you
not
could.
that.
I think with guys, it's like teaching an elephant how to paint. Like you can do it. It just takes a lot of work, a lot of commitment from the elephant.
Ladies are like mad sexy. They're like super sexy. All of them, 100%. Guys, we don't have like, unless I blast my core like Bradley Cooper style. Unless me and Coop hit up the gym and do some yoga lattes and blast our pecs and cores, just wail on them.
Or even Bradley Whitford style. Any of those styles.
See, that's my jam.
I would take a Bradley Whitford core at this point.
Forever a Whitford, marry a Cooper.
You monsters. So, find RuPaul, pay top dollar. It's your fault. You should have been absent that day.
Yep.
Cover girl, turn to the left. Griffin.
All
Hit me.
things just keep getting better, you guys.
Yeah.
On this, our 50th episode. I have so many good ones. How about... Oh, this is good. This is an appropriate segue. This one was sent in by Cosmo Doodlecat. Thank you.
Okay.
It's by Yahoo Answers user Bay Harbor Butcher.
Oh, good.
Who asks terrifyingly, I am thinking about doing this to 25 women this upcoming week.
What?
This can't end well for the Bay Harbor Butcher. I am trying to build my confidence so that I can start meeting women when I am out and about, like a store, for example. I usually find myself talking/flirting with women when I'm out, but never know if I'm taking their kindness the wrong way. So I always end up just leaving without a number/email. So this is my plan. I'm going to walk up to 25 women and say, "Hi, I just wanted to tell you that I think you're beautiful. Have a great day," and walk away. How would you feel if some random guy did that to you? Additional details. I'm okay looking. Not a supermodel, if that's what you call attractive. Listen.
Hey.
There's so many fallacies, riddled with plot holes, this question is.
Let's start from the beginning, from the opening, some of the nomenclature misstep that you've made here. Bay Harbor Butcher? Like, that's your line? That's your handle? It's your tag?
It's this great face. Do you mind if I take it?
I'm planning on doing this to 25 women. I'm going to chop them up and hide them around the city. Can you catch me? I don't think you can.
Can I add you to Facebook? By which I mean the book that I'm making out of faces.
I'm confused by his premise. His premise is that he often talks / flirts with these women and leaves without getting a phone number. So his plan of attack is to leave without getting a phone number. Like, what I'm going to try to do is make a conscious choice not to have any connection.
You know when your dad catches you smoking and makes you smoke a carton?
Yeah.
He's trying to, like, burn himself out on failing. I'm not closing the deal.
Just take a dip in the failure pond. What are you doing, dude?
It's like...
Sweet face.
Dip, gotta go.
It's like Alec Baldwin said in that movie. A, always B, B, D, dipping. Always be dipping. Dip, I'm out.
See, I would take it one step further and just, at a full run, pass by these women and just go, you're really pretty.
Good face.
And you're gone and you're out.
Doppler dating is what we call it.
Mm-hmm. We used to do that in our hometown of Huntington. I remember Justin introduced me to that game where we would drive around and yell things at people as we drove by. And I had to stop playing that game. We would always nice things like, hey, cute face, or hey, like your jorts. But we had to stop playing that game, or at least I did, because there's nothing more infuriating than when people yell shit at you.
Yeah, because you never assume it's nice, and you can't make it out.
You almost never can make it out, and there's no recourse. There's nothing you can't be like, yeah, well, fuck you too. Oh, you're gone.
You already left.
You're like in a car. You're like super far away. I think that everybody should just say nice things to everybody all the time.
I think you can end your compliment as long as you say, like, sorry, I'm a creep.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a creepo.
Well, that's actually something I've always wondered. Like, when you see a girl with like a really nice haircut or something, but if you preface by saying, I'm not trying to be creepy, but
yes,
great
you are.
Haircut.
Yes,
like,
you are.
You just made your compliment so creepy.
There needs to be a word for, like, a precursor that actually defines what you're about to say to somebody.
Like a non-creepy no homo. Like if you're like, no creep.
Yeah.
You said something.
Like, but one that doesn't make you sound like
a douche.
Like a douche.
Mm-hmm.
Like just creep warning. Just say.
Creep alert.
Creep alert. I'm about to creep you out.
Yeah, that would be good. But there's got to be something better. Creepwise.
The problem with being a creep is that, like, drawing attention to what
just makes it even creepier.
There's nothing you can do to uncreep something. Like, once it's been creeped, it's like the taint. You know what I mean? It's like it's like it's like that virus that's killing all those bats in Ohio. Like, once it's there, you can't get it off your nose. It's just gonna ruin the population.
Because the more you try to justify it, the more creepy it becomes.
So
exactly.
No, but I didn't. But I was just creepy.
Do you know the only thing you can do is make it fucking work? Just make it
work for you.
It's hard to do. I've never done it.
do as we say, not as we do here.
If you crack this Da Vinci Code, you let me know, because I would love to. I'm filled with boundless love. I would love to just come up to people on the street and be like, "Hey, you are just super attractive. Everything you're doing, yes, yes, and yes." But like,
you know how to make that work?
How do you make it work?
You be Bradley Cooper. You be super attractive.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Hugely attractive.
I was going down the list of features. I checked Whitford. I didn't check Cooper.
Gotta be careful.
Mistake.
Yeah. You got to be careful. And number one, step one, don't refer to yourself as the Bay Harbor Butcher. Like, I don't think I can emphasize this enough. Hey, I'm from California, and I recently enrolled in college on the East Coast. I'm a big basketball fan, and by that I mean baseball, sorry. I'm a big baseball fan, specifically a Giants fan. And sorry, are you a big fan or a Giant? I recently had the pleasure of watching my team thrash my friend's team, the Paleys, in the North League Championships.
I put this question in as a test.
In the mountains of the north.
We beat Clanstark, the team of the North. Sadly, he is an uber sore loser to the point where shit talking is no fun. Now, when I talk shit, he just admits his team's failure and overall inferiority. This just makes me feel like an asshole. How can I talk shit and not feel like an asshole? What are you desperately seeking solutions? Like, what are you saying? How can I be a dick and not be a dick?
Wait, first of all, what? Okay, do you not understand what an uber sore loser is? If you're like, hey, your team lost, and he's like, yeah, they did. That seems like a pretty good loser to me. I completely accept my team's failure. Okay.
No, he's like taking it so personally that he can't rib him.
And what's that guy's deal? Like, hey, the Phillies suck. I know. I suck too. Everything sucks. I'm just a little bitch. I can't do anything right. Stupid Darren.
This is exactly why Susan left me.
This is why Susan left you. It's because of the Phillies. Sucks.
Come back, John Kruk. Your friend needs to get some pride. I think your operation needs to change. You need to change from a how do I be a jerk and get away with the operation to a let's build Darren up. Like, you gotta, if you care about Darren, and I know you do, you gotta start building up that confidence in both him and the Phillies.
They don't need any help building confidence in the Phillies. The Phillies, I don't know if you guys know this. I know you guys aren't big baseball men. The Phillies, half robot. Half of their league. Half of their bench is robotic.
Okay, so not like cyborgs, like half of them are 100% human.
Okay, there's some mixies in there. There's some half and halves.
Right.
Half robot, half human. Roy Halladay, 100% robot. He's actually a pitching machine, like one of those things that you see at batting cages. Only they had a wizard cast a spell on him to make him look like a human being.
It seems like there should be rules against that.
There are rules against it. The Phillies are cheaters. They live in a cheat city full of cheaters. Fuck the Phillies.
So why is it that this guy is so down on his team?
Probably because he hates robots. He knows that that's the future. The future is all 100% robotic.
Oh, shit. He feels bad that he feels like a traitor to flesh men.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're telling me?
Because he's a flesh trader.
He's a flesh trader.
Flesh trader. Everybody should have been rooting for the Giants in that. Brian Wilson, the real American hero. And he's not robot at all.
I hope that our fans who also know anything about sports have enjoyed these past 3 minutes, because that's all you're getting. We waited a year to give you this much, and you got to wait another year for 3 minutes of sports-related riffing.
I almost never want to ostracize entire just swaths of fans of our show. Like, I love everybody. But if you're a Phillies fan, you can go fuck off.
Okay, good.
Go find a different podcast. This one's not for you.
Cool. Okay, I disagree with that. In fact,
Robo lover.
Okay.
Robo-sympathizer.
Can I ask one of the two internal advice questions that I have for this show?
Yeah.
So this year, I this is my second year living in Cincinnati.
Yep.
And I've decided to become a Reds fan.
Yeah, you
People
did.
have been giving me shit about that. And they're like, you can't just become a fan. Like, oh, you become. Why not? And
You
I'm
absolutely can.
Yeah, it's like I live here. I'm gonna follow it. It's not like I'm like rabid about it. I'm not gonna like go around being like, "Woo, Reds are the best." I don't know anything about baseball, but
Scraps, I think the problem you have is telling people, "Hey, I'm about to become a Reds fan. Coming up in a couple of weeks, I think I'm going to become a Reds fan." So look for that. Look out for that.
It takes you a whole season of watching a ball organization to like really grok what their style is, to really grok their style, and after that you can be like, I'm a fan. Like, I didn't give a shit about football until I moved in with a huge Packers fan this year, and so I started watching the Packers, and then they won the Super Bowl, and now I'm a Packers fan, which makes me look like a shithead. Like,
yeah.
But you had already picked your horse.
I had already picked my horse. I had no idea
Dude,
what they
the
were
same thing
about.
happened to me with the Red Sox. With the first year that they won the World Series, I lived that summer with a really huge Red Sox fan, and then I was like, okay, now I like the Red Sox, and then
How are we
everybody
not,
gave me shit.
How are we not the most, like, the richest sports gamblers in the world?
Yeah.
Well, because I mostly just bet on golf.
You're just you vote on McElroy. He's crushing it.
He is
Yeah,
crushing
he
it.
is.
He's like 11 under. 11 under. On
Okay,
the
that's
13.
all. I literally can't talk
And
about
he's
sports
only
anymore.
21.
I'm
Okay.
dying. This is killing me. I was recently involved in a retail rage incident over a parking space. As it came to a head, it became very clear this man wanted to punch me. He didn't, but that didn't stop me from thinking about what I would do if he did. My first thought was to instantly kick him in the balls. But what do I do after that? Borderline beaten up in Baltimore. Good one.
Baltimore, see, they have a stellar baseball organization.
I swear to God, it'll be my
Listen,
brother and me.
I
And
just
I'll
wanna
get sued by Nickelodeon.
I want to take a second. I
Okay.
want to apologize to people who live in Philadelphia. I
Okay.
went a little over the line.
You're backpedaling now.
Your baseball team is all chips and wires, and you know it. A ball kick is a pretty good.
I don't think that's a good opening salvo.
Like,
Ball
yeah,
kick, the
here's the
problem is
thing.
you got 30 seconds where this guy could just wail on you before that catches up with him.
Well, but also you got to
Really? Wait, hold on. Stop. Wait. 30 seconds? That's how long it takes for pain signals to get from your balls to your brain?
It's a delayed response. Have you not experienced this?
A ball kick doesn't take. For me, it's like preeminent. Like I see the foot coming towards my balls, and I have phantom pains already. Like
There's a delay. There's a definite delay there.
for 30 seconds. How slow are your balls wires?
What?
My balls wires are so fat. Like they're straight gold-plated wires that go
Like
straight to my
nickel
brain. I
cabbage,
feel
Oh,
like
you
it's
got
just-
HDMI ball wire.
I'm working with a T1 connection on my balls wires.
My balls just got Prodigy this year, so they're taking a
man.
long time. It's like 24 balls down there.
Here's the thing to think about. You got to tell this story later. And do you want to be the dude who leaves off the story with, I kicked him in the balls?
So I kicked him in the nutsack.
Like,
How often are you going to get to punch somebody full off in the face? I think
Yeah.
that opportunity would be so rare, you should just grab it.
I've never done it.
I don't think I've never punched. I mean, we played lockjaw before, but I've never.
Yeah.
I've never
not like in anger.
not like an anger. You just punch somebody for fun, but I've never.
Straight up, though, you will break your hand. Like,
You think?
the human skull is, unless you get him, like, right on the cheek, the human skull is basically, like, an 1/8 inch of skin and then all bone. You will break your hand.
Why not try to make a friend? Why not just give him a hug and say, "Listen, we were about to fight in this imaginary scenario I concocted." But what if we get our next question is from a guy who says, "Hey, I got into an argument with this guy and I almost beat him up, but then I didn't, and I feel like the bigger man. I hope he wasn't
my
thinking about
best
kicking me
man
in the
now."
balls." Yeah,
I'm getting married in June to his sister. He's my best man.
I love him very much.
I love him very much. Don't tell his sister. We are in love.
We
Over
are-
a parking space.
We fell in love because we hated each other so much over the parking space. I say, if you're committed to fighting the guy,
Samurai sword.
samurai sword.
Act crazy.
Hit him with the flat edge of a samurai sword. Don't cut him. We would
Don't
never
cut him.
endorse that. But
Oh,
hit him
start
with a
by
flat
just
edge.
hitting him with, like, the scabbard. Just, like, whack him once in the face. Just to taunt him and be like,
Yeah.
that could have been the blade. Walk away.
Walk away. I have a sword on my hip. I guess at all times.
I'm the kind of guy that rolls around with a sword tied to his waist. Walk away, bro.
You know, you never hear when you hear somebody in the ER, like if you hear them in the ER and they get stabbed with a sword, it's always a samurai sword. You never hear like he got stabbed with a midi. No, it was pretty much a guy walking around with a katana, and he just had it. And if you see a guy like that, just walk away because he probably will. He
I
doesn't
would
have
say
a
the
lot
katana-
going on.
The katana is the official sword of crazy people.
Right.
Yeah.
I've never gotten in a fight before, and I don't know if you guys have this fear that the first time I get in a fight, I'll kill the man.
Sure.
Oh, yeah,
like-
we've talked about this. My giant ham fist will kill a dude.
I don't want to kill him.
Everybody who hasn't been in a fight assumes that were they in a fight, or every man, I guess, I would limit this. I don't know if ladies think this way. I hope not. It's kind of terrifying. Every guy who hasn't been in a fight thinks that were they in a fight, they would be a lethal fighter. They would be.
I'm not even
tap into something.
Suddenly, the spirit would overtake them.
Something in
They
them
would taste blood.
flip.
I don't think that I'll launch like a fury of punches at a person that had such tremendous strength that it would kill them. But like, what if my meager upper body strength, what if I unleash that on somebody? Just my normal upper body strength, but I hit them in just the right place and their heart explodes.
Whoa.
Like that can happen all the time.
It
What if I
does
punch
happen
them in
all
the
the time.
brain and their brain stops working?
Or what if you punch him in the wrong place and give him a boner?
What if you punch him and it makes you fully erect? You have to live with that. There's only one thing that gets me going. I've been desensitized to everything else. I have to punch a man in the face to reach full erection.
Griffin, you were moving up the ranks of the UFC very quickly. What happened? My career was cut tragically short because I couldn't punch a man without getting a boner, and they found it hard to get sponsorships after that. That kept happening. Rockstar Energy Drink pulled their endorsement because they didn't like my fight boner.
Yeah, but Rockstar Iggy Pop leapt in there and wrote me a check. He said he liked what I was doing. He said it was kind of nuts.
Hey, how about a Yahoo?
Yeah, sure.
This one was sent in by Kelly. Thanks, Kelly. It's by Yahoo Answers user Clarissa, who asks, has anyone found any Jersey Shore fan fictions? I have already looked on Mibba.com and fanfiction.net, so is there any other sites or ideas on where to look? I mean, those are the two.
Those are the main ones that I go to.
Here's the good news. They're real people. You can make fan fact.
You just go meet them and make it happen.
It's a good thing that I had a little bit of free time before this episode.
Oh, goody.
Let me tell you, Clarissa, there is indeed Jersey Shore fanfiction. Fuck, get out of my way, bitch. I yelled out my window at the ghetto-ass hoopty that was trying to cut me off. I pulled my head back into the car before taking a sip of my Red Bull. I don't need any distractions or traffic. I need to get to the Jersey Shore. I had just drove into Seaside Heights, and I finally realized that people can't drive. Honk. Move. Hey, guys. My name is Rosalina Lee. I'm 23, and I'm ready to party it up in the Jersey Shore. I'm 50% Chinese, 50% Italian, and 100% Guidette chick from New York City. My name is Chi-Chi, for my Chinese heritage. Every guy loves me. Every girl's a hater. I'm 5'3", hazel eyes, brunette. So sexy, isn't it?
How long is this story, Griffin?
That's like mad sexy.
That is so sexy, Chi-Chi.
I mean, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good length. I'll just do a quick summary.
Yeah, does it get dirty? Does it get
She
like...
meets up with Nicole Snooky Palazzi
Sure.
at one point. They just fucking hit the town, tear it up. Who's that? It's Vinny. Vinny's in the mix now.
Vinny, this is my girl Chi-Chi.
They're drinking. Polly's there. He's DJing a hot set at an Italian dinner family dinner party.
Whoa, they're at an Italian family dinner party with Chi-Chi. That Polly's DJ?
Polly is flipping on the ones and twos. Vinny's in the mix. What's that?
I've
Who's
never
that
seen
girl?
the show, but I have to assume you're talking about Polly Shore.
Yes, Polly Shore is there,
great.
and it's a shame the situation couldn't make it out for this. Did he?
Yeah, Situation doesn't make an appearance. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
To say.
Okay, good. Thank you. So what's the arc? Like, what's the plot?
They
Well,
go to
then
this
they
party.
start finding codes in all of Da Vinci's paintings.
We gotta steal the Declaration of Independence, and then we gotta work out on it. What? That doesn't even make sense. There's some really sweet flexes for your trikes and your dikes on the back of it. You gotta check them out. Really flex it out.
Check my trikes.
Check my trikes and my dikes out. I learned from the back of the Declaration of Independence that you gotta get cut. Gotta get diamond.
Did you guys know that Abraham Lincoln was the original The Situation?
Was he?
Mm-hmm. That's the truth. That's how he summoned the strength to end slavery. It's because, do you know what his Jersey Shore name was?
Tell me.
The Emancipator.
The Emancipation.
The Great Emancipator. What up? Who's in the club? It's the Great Emancipator. Did you guys know that people, once you enter Jersey Shore, you get a new moniker?
Really?
Your name legally changes.
Well, you have to apply for it, and it usually takes like 6 to 8 weeks before you get it back.
There's a lot of bureaucracy involved.
You gotta go to shitty Ellis Island. And they change your name to something terrible.
What would your guys' Jersey Shore name be, do you think?
Me?
Mm-hmm. Well, both of you, the two people I'm talking to on this podcast.
I would get Perm, and people would call me the Experminator. And I would be like uncomfortable about it because the word sperm is right in there. It leaves the door open for some really just baseline low hanging fruit ridicule that I think I would probably regret the name pretty quickly.
Travis?
I would probably get a really strong fake tan and want to be called Orange Julius.
What about Philippe? How many Philippes are running up?
See, that's
there?
the thing. That's what I don't understand about Jersey Shore names is that they can flip from The Situation or Mr. Hardbody
Right.
Like something completely out of this world crazy.
Is there not one goddamn sane person in New Jersey that goes, listen, you can't name yourself the something? Like, that is not something you can do. You can't call yourself the situation.
Unless you're in the XFL, you can't just name yourself anything.
Right.
But the other
group of people, if you are a group of people living inside one body, if you are Legion, then you can become the situation.
Look at that.
I have a situation over here. My body's possessed by a squadron of demons.
But like changing your name, isn't changing your name sort of like saying you're going to become a fan of this team? Like you've got to just do it and commit to it, and then let people die.
Saying, like you say, I'm now the situation.
Like what I'm saying is, if I walk into the club and say, "Hi, my name's Dr. Krankenstein," and let's crank it up, then the only people who are going to take me seriously are people who are meeting me for the first time that evening, and maybe not even them.
Definitely not even them.
Especially not them.
See, I think we got to go the other route, which is if you move to Jersey Shore, you can also change your name to something completely reasonable. To something just like another name, like a different name that another person might have. Like, in Chicago, I'm Griffin, but once I get to Jersey Shore, I'm Antoine.
Right.
I would like my Jersey Shore name to be a situation.
You don't want it to be definitive.
No, I am
one of any number of situations.
Hey, guys, when I get done sunning myself on the Jersey Shore, you know where I like to take a trip to?
Where to? You just took it right there.
Yeah, I was leaving. I thought you put like a liner there or something, some sort of music there, and I left the gap. Who's taking us this week, Griffin?
We have two people, two different distinct people and organizations taking us to the Money Zone. The
first off is Dawson's Puberty Cream.
Dawson's Puberty Cream. Rub it on your parts.
Rub it on your throat. It's not gonna crack anymore. Dawson's for when it absolutely has to be hairy.
Is that echinacea? Oh, that's a delightful scent.
Bob Ball.
What?
Bob Ball.
What about him?
He's a professional.
He's your friend and mine, but
he's a professional voiceover artist. And people say, "What is that?" Like,
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what that is.
I'm an idiot baby child.
You're a fool. Let me tell you, it's when you talk, but you don't see the person. That's a voice actor.
Are we?
We haven't talked about it in a while, but like, if you listen to the show and at the beginning of the show, you're like, "Who is reading that smooth, velvety warning at the beginning of the show?"
I always thought it was the dragon from Dragonheart.
Did you?
Yeah, like not Sean Connery, but the actual dragon.
The actual dragon whose voice they had to dub over. Like Natalie Wood in West Side Story.
This dragon's super loud. Can you keep it down, dragon? We're just gonna replace you with Sean Connery.
That's it. You would get Bob Ball. He does that. He does voiceover dragon work, commercials, podcast intros, voicemails, whatever. He'll do anything for you. And he has a range, he says, from condescending to condescending, explanatory to exclamatory, which that should probably be on his business cards.
On his everything. He should tattoo that on himself, on his body.
Yeah, he can write. He does sound effects. He edited a video for us over at Joystick that was dynamite. It was a lot of fun.
And his rates are reasonable. And if you want to get a hold of him, it's bob at bobballvo.com. And you can check out the website, bobballvo.com.
And he's revamping that website, so make sure you check it out.
Lots of interactivity. Some games for the kids. Go to the kids' corner. We'll sing your kids to sleep.
Something for everybody.
And as a special edition, this week, on Thursday, April 14th, his wonderful wife, Michelle, it's her birthday, and she will be turning 21 again. So happy birthday, Michelle.
Now, also, this is a by lane. There's a by lane we're taking. Also to the Money Zone. Also, meta game theory, or as Travis here has written, meet game theory. Theory.
Justin, do you know how hard it is to write an email when you're drunk at 8 a.m?
I do want you guys to know that traditionally, as how I build the question list is just mostly all just copy and pasting. And I actually had to type that one in. It was the one thing in this entire list I hand typed, and I blew it.
Metagametheory.com. That's a podcast. that explores the unique ability all games have to stimulate the mind, not just your thumbs.
See, I usually just feel it in my thumbs. Is it because I don't listen to this podcast? I don't know how to open myself?
You need to open your heart to the metagame theory.
I want to know how the games I play affect me psychologically, psychosomatically.
Okay, well, listen. If you want that, metagame theory is that for you. But it's also a gaming channel. It brings you, you got strategy talk. They got rants. They got special guests, old friends, and theories that connect them all in the metagame. This is a show, this is the matrix of podcasts, is the best way to describe it. And if you want to be the one, you can find the show at metagametheory.com. How much is it going to cost me today?